a little dead meme. Fuck you, little bitch. You think you can fuck with me? What am I ring? Fuck you, little bitch. Hey, look, I'm hoping to break out the wheels. Fuck you, little bitch. You think you can fuck with me? What am I ring?
Parabolas. They're a kind of line. Parabolas. I think I'm gonna go blind.
I don't know why hearing the Doug theme made me laugh, because there's nothing funny about that. But for whatever reason, it hit me in just the right way.
I feel like Doug is a guy that dies, and I feel like Doug's death is caused by just a series of unfortunate events. Like, I feel like Doug is not gonna live his life out. He's gonna die at a supermarket at like 28 because of some wild bullshit.
Doug is a bald middle schooler.
Yeah, I know.
Like, he's
not.
not.
I know, but like, you can just look at Doug and be like, he's not gonna make it the right way. Like, something's gonna get him, but we don't know what it's gonna be. Like, I feel like
unconscious mind. His unconscious mind is going to have too much influence over his body one day, and he's going to quail man his real body off a building at some point.
No, he definitely got COVID.
Gonna be...
Doug definitely got COVID.
Doug definitely got COVID.
Doug was definitely...
Why would you say that?
Doug was definitely one of the people that went out like volunteering simply to help when the whole thing happened, and then he just got COVID and he died. And everyone's
and he thought he could handle it, but he was just too
took all
sickly.
the right precautions, but his body just couldn't win. He just couldn't do it. He just lost.
That's what I was saying.
he just couldn't win the fight, and that's how Doug dies. And then his dog is just like, we're not keeping this dog. I never wanted this fucking dog. Get rid of it. Skeeter gets really sad. He grows up really unhappy. Fucking the guy that bothers Doug changed his life because he realized how much he fucked with Doug, and he could have been a better person. He could have helped. So it just overall.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Overall,
it just becomes 13 Reasons Why, but Doug.
No, it's not. It's not 13 Reasons Why. It's just like everyone just grows from the experience of like Doug dying, because Doug was just such a benign human that everyone's just like, yo, if he could die, what the fuck happened to all of us? That dude was a superhero in his mind, you know? Now he's dead.
All right, well, welcome to the Snark Tank, I guess. We're here. We're hanging out. It's your boys, Chris, Derek, and Sweeny.
Yeah.
Sweeny, you're looking very pink today.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I love
Is that even a pink shirt, or can you even tell?
This is a pink shirt. I don't know what shade of pink. I don't know what hue it is. I just know it's the color pink. I just was able to realize this is the color pink when I was like 15. I was able to distinguish pink correctly finally. So yeah. I'm not asking for anything more than that. That's the last power-up I got visually.
Does the audience know that you're colorblind? I don't think we've ever talked about that.
I feel like I brought it up before. I'm colorblind. My eyes are.
You probably brought it up on stream.
My eyes are terrible, dude. They're like literally. I need to get new ones.
You're gonna get glasses one day, and it's gonna change.
Still don't have glasses.
I probably need surgery along with glasses. Maybe.
Well, maybe you should start with glasses.
I'll wait. I'll let them say what it was. I'll let them give me some ideas, and I'll just go surgery. I'll be like, tell me everything I need, doctor. And they'll be like, okay, you probably need some glasses. If things are really extreme, you need some surgery. I'll be like, cut them open, doctor. Give me new ones.
You would rather just get eye surgery than just get glasses?
Well, maybe.
Why?
Because glasses, I'd have to put them on, then I could potentially lose them and all those things. But surgery's just like, it's just done,
Shut up. Just get some
glasses. Losing your glasses.
How the fuck are you guys asking me a question? I give you guys a pretty valid point, and you guys tell me shut up.
A stupid answer. That
wasn't
what's
a stupid
happening.
answer. That was a simple answer.
Just get some glasses first, jackass.
God, whatever.
You know you would play video games better. You know that, right?
I can't get better at video games. I'm already amazing.
Yeah, no, you.
Such an
first of all, that's fucking
such an ignorant statement. I can't get better at video games.
Really is.
Perfect.
Losing your glasses is something that I get told happens a lot, but just doesn't. It's like losing your fucking wheelchair. You're not gonna lose your goddamn wheelchair. You're fine.
I've had these glasses for almost 5 years.
Well, the thing is that you particularly, Chris, your personality without your glasses is half you. Because you start panicking. You don't actually start getting scared, but you're like, hey guys, I can't see. I'm letting everybody know I can't see. Something could go wrong. I can't help. It's like your intro whenever you don't have your glasses on.
No,
like, oh
what
man,
are you
I
talking
can't
about?
see.
What does that even mean?
I can't see, guys. Like the first thing you say is like, guys, I don't have my glasses on. I can't see.
Well, yeah, because that's just what happens.
We start talking, and you're like, "Hey guys, let everybody know I'm not helpful."
Well, yeah, it's a good way to get out of things.
I
used to like pretend. There was a period of time where I would pretend, I had contacts for a brief period of time, and people would, but I would still wear. I had a non-prescription pair of glasses because I just didn't like the way I looked without them. And I would specifically get out of things because I was like, guys, I lost my glasses. I can't. I gotta go home. And I would like pretend to be like blind. Like I would have like a friend that would like help me get to the bus and everything. It worked for some things, but
oh my God, you're so bad
it became
person.
too much of an elaborate lie to
Because
continue.
eventually you started driving, so you were like, "Yeah, you brought your car in today." He's like, "I know, I don't know what I'm gonna do." So you'd have to wait for your parents to come pick you up and leave your car at school. So that means you're trapped at your house all day. You're just like,
you know
shit.
why I stopped wearing contacts though? Because like I lost one, and then I realized that I was just completely fucked. You just completely fucked. The second you lose one of them, you're in a state of like you either gotta walk around like an asshole, or you've just gotta walk through with both your eyes open, and you're just going through this hellish fucking fever dream. Where like it's half blurry and half high def.
I've never had contacts.
Gross.
I've never even put them on. They scare me a little bit.
Contacts are gross. I
can
like
put them on, I'm pretty sure, but like
they're fucking stupid.
Because I don't like the fact that they're something in my eye. And like some people fall asleep and they go behind their eyeballs. Because that's happened to Lily went up here before, and she had to get them out, and it was fucking disgusting.
Have you ever used contacts, Derek?
No, I feel like I would be too irresponsible with them. Like the way that you're supposed to like take them out before you sleep, all that bullshit. I wouldn't. This is like fuck that.
That's why I couldn't do it either. I was like,
you gotta open your eyeball, you gotta wink, and then and you have to take it out. You gotta like press against your eye a little bit, and then it'll come off.
It's just this whole fucking disgusting ornate procedure that like when you got glasses is just there you go. I did it and I put them back in the amount of time that it would take you to take one contact out, probably. You know, it's just so dumb. Fuck people with contacts. I don't respect them. They're not humans. They don't have rights.
Wow.
That's pretty true.
My girlfriend wears contacts.
That is true.
That's not nice.
I'm not. You think I'm gonna take everything back? I'm not. I stick by it. I'm a principled man.
Wow. What a fucking smegmoid. What a fucking genital wart. I hate you.
Look, everybody looks better with glasses anyway.
I don't think
everybody
I do.
looks sophisticated
I look like
and cool.
my grandma immediately when I put glasses on.
That doesn't make sense.
You've seen me.
Does your grandma have fucking 5 o'clock shadow and shit? What the hell are you talking about?
Don't judge my grandma's 5 o'clock shadow ass. All right, I'll fuck you up. Don't talk shit about my grandma.
I mean, just putting on glasses shouldn't make you look like an old woman.
I look like my grandmother instantly. It's jarring. I'll put on glasses.
So does your grandmother without her glasses look like exactly like you?
She looks similar to me. You can test my grandma.
I don't know. I don't buy that. I think most people look better with glasses.
I don't
like if you put glasses on a person, they look better.
You put glasses on an ape, do they look better?
Yes.
They look smarter. They got smarter ape.
Yeah, actually, literally. You know that show fucking, oh my God, what is it? Umbrella Academy with the ape with the fucking glasses?
Does he wear glasses on Umbrella Academy? I thought he never.
Yeah.
I don't remember if he did.
I don't know. I'm making this up probably.
I think, but whatever. He is smart though.
No,
he has a monocle, I'm pretty sure.
I have seen apes with glasses before, and let me tell you something. They look infinitely smarter than normal, non-glasses apes.
I agree with you on that. That's real science.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys. Just some, what is it? How you say housekeeping before we get on with today's festivities. Next episode is going to be with Jonathan Young. We're going to be having him on the show. We're going to be obviously asking him a bunch of the questions that you submitted to us over at patreon.com/Snark Tank. So jump over there if you want to be a part of that. And there's going to be a new Patreon-exclusive solo episode with Derek this time. There's already one with me up there. So if you're a fan of ours and you want to get a little exclusive nonsense, jump over there. It's only $1 a minute. You can just throw $1 in there and get that shit. So
toss a coin to your Witcher.
Yeah, toss a coin to your Witcher, guys. And before we get into a lot of the topics today, we got like Dobrik and all sorts of fucking nonsense. But what is it? Chase and Tom wrote in and he says correction. He's writing in with a fucking correction, putting us in our place. Well, me specifically. He says in episode 2 of the podcast. episode 2.
Oh, wow.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
Super long time ago, Chris said he's always wanted a pet chameleon, but decided not to get one because he read that they only live about a year. I remember this. I don't know where he got this number, but in the wild, they live 2 to 3 years, and in captivity, they live as high as 10 years. Not the longest lifespan, but much longer than Chris thought. The main reason I'm making this correction is because I want Chris to get a chameleon to show it off to his audience. Please get a chameleon, Chris. 2 to 3 years in the wild is probably what I was thinking. 10 years is kind of long. I don't know if I want to. I want like a 7-year commitment at most from a chameleon.
7 years.
So I think I'm probably still gonna pass,
bro. That's my warrior. That's like I take him off my chest. It's like, all right, go handle this for me. Then it turned into like a little mission where he's by himself and he's doing stealth stuff for me. That's what he is to me. He's an extension of myself.
Your chameleon can't do stealth missions for you.
You assume he can't.
You never know.
You assume he
You
can't.
never.
So would you rather
have?
You never know.
Would you rather have a chameleon or a fully grown, I'm assuming Japanese adult named Bushuzima from Bloody Roar 2?
Oh.
Like, would you rather have a chameleon or have
His abilities?
the guy that turns into a chameleon, but he doesn't? It's before he turns into it.
So it's just a normal guy who has the potential
So
to
he's
become a
so he's
chameleon, but never
capable?
does.
Yeah.
So is it?
Wait, wait, hold on. Wait. Can he, or is it just like can he, if motivated enough, become a chameleon?
Or is
no?
it straight up that's
I
him?
think
Is that him? Like, is that definitely the character from the game? Like, that's him 100%.
Once he is no longer your pet, he can turn into a chameleon.
That's fucked.
So yeah,
Does he live as long? Does he live 10 years also?
Yeah, it's gotta be the same length, but you also he's as big as the regular chameleon that you would get. So he's also like he's also fun size.
Oh my god.
Oh,
You get a little Bushuzima.
I feel like if I had a little man that size, the size of your average everyday, street walking chameleon, I feel like there would be an issue immediately because I couldn't show him off to anybody because the government would immediately get involved.
That's a good point.
The people would try to take him. The government would try to take him like an E.T. I don't know if I'd want that kind of drama. I'd prefer just the chameleon. If this was a man that could become a chameleon and it's like Indian in the cupboard plus Animorphs, then I think I'd probably go with the guy.
That's so crazy because like at the same time, like what makes it bothersome is that he has the potential to transform into an alien, but he never does. So all that that's just a tease right there. It's like, I know you can do this. I played your game. I see what you're capable of. Just do it once. Just do it once. Come on. And he's like, no.
Yeah, but he's trying to figure it out, but he's just like one step away from finishing the equation of however he has to do it.
For the whole 10 years of me having him. And as soon as the 10 years is over and our contract is over, we shake our hands, he does it in front of me and then he leaves.
And then he leaves.
And he turns invisible and he walks away. And I'm like, God fucking damn it, bro. I wanted you to do that so often.
Chameleons are so fucking, like, they're so cool. They got like the little like Lego hand. You could put like you hand a chameleon anything and it grabs onto it instinctively. It just like understands. Like you hand it like a miniature sword, it'll grab it and start swinging it. Like it understands weapons. Yeah, I fucking love chameleons. But I think the only reason I wanted one though is because I hate fucking insects and I just wanted to have one on my shoulder.
Have a pet frog then.
No, but I don't respect frogs nearly as much.
Fuck, you don't respect frogs?
It's just a fat sack of nonsense. I like in
Man,
mucus.
they got buff-ass
they're
legs,
slimy.
dude.
They got buff ass
They
legs.
can jump. They jump stupid high, bro. They jump stupid high. They're fucking. They live the experience of evolution. They are evolutionary. Evolutionary footnote in existence.
What are you fucking talking about? Everything is experienced evolution.
They are the definition of like fucking like life evolution. Like it's a water breathing little pussy at first, and then bam, it has legs and it's on the ground. That's like a fucking. Those things are special.
Oh, you mean like its
life.
Generalized singular lifespan encompasses all of evolution?
It's fucking impressive. Those things are impressive creatures, bro.
I guess. I don't know.
I would love to have a frog, man.
A chameleon's a little bit cooler because it's got like the dual analog stick eyes.
Chameleons are like cooler than frogs, but frogs I respect a lot.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know. I'd still rather have a chameleon.
A chameleon.
But anyway, let's get into some news.
Okay.
We've got so what do
we got the Snyder Cut. We got the Snyder Cut.
Oh yeah, this fucking. So did you? Either of you guys see it?
The Snyder Cut.
I watched it. I thought it was great.
I saw it.
I thought it was actually pretty great.
You both saw it actually?
Yeah.
How
was it? I'm a big fan of the DC universe, and
I thought it was pretty great.
The weird thing was hearing so many people that are so against like Justice League or anything that Zack Snyder's been doing say good things about it, and I was so skeptical. I was like, how is this possible? Because my perspective, I thought it was going to be the same way. It was going to be the same as BVS, the Ultimate Edition or whatever.
Yeah.
Like when Batman vs. Superman Ultimate Edition, there was a lot of fanboys, like the hardcore ones that were like, oh, it's great now. And I watched it, I'm like, no, it's just longer diarrhea. Like, what are you talking about? There's more context, but it's still garbage. And all I want from those superhero films really ultimately is just good action. Because I'm just want to be entertained by strong people fucking each other up. And Justice League, the Snyder Cut, not only did it make sense because the original made zero sense at all, it actually had a lot of dark side in it, and I thought that was fucking awesome.
It was way more. It was more on the lines of one of the animated movies, and I was like, "This is fucking cool." I was like, "I like this a lot."
Now, if they would have cut out some of Zack Snyder's slow motion shit, the movie probably would have been like 3 hours, But like, other than that, like it was. I really enjoyed it. The people that were saying good things about it, they weren't on crack, and I couldn't. I had a hard time accepting that. Like, how are you gonna fix this mess? But
yeah,
it was so much more than I thought it was gonna be.
I haven't seen it. I don't know if I have that much. I don't have HBO Max first off, so it's and I wasn't about to like subscribe if I. I'll catch the Snyder Cut.
They don't have a free trial either, so fuck them.
Yeah, so if they have like if they put out like a 4K Blu-ray or something, like maybe I'll check it out. But I was along the same lines. I was like, how? Because I remember seeing bits and pieces of the original Justice League. Like I actually never saw the movie like entirely.
Yeah.
And I saw bits and pieces of it, and I was like, this looks like shit. And certainly, like how much of the movie is the same?
Not a lot.
Like I understand it's longer, but like of the scenes that you saw, how much of that was like improved or like more or less the same?
I think only some parts from the end were like there are definitely like moment to moment that are like let's keep this moment in, but a lot of everything until the like last hour, like the last hour is sort of similar, but even that's very different at the same time.
I would say it's insanely different.
Like it's very like the ending sequence is different still, but like there are shots like the Aquaman surfing down a building, him jumping into the group, them fighting alongside Batman. Batman going first was different, but like there was just some moments at the end that were similar, but other than that, it was like not even like the same movie at all. Like it's a pretty different. They even shot
there was a lot of.
They shot it weird too.
What do you mean?
There was a lot of yeah, what do you mean?
It wasn't widescreen. It was I think it was 13.
Well, no,
13 by 5 by 9.
No, it was 4:3.
4:3. There you go.
Yeah, and then but it was mainly because it was an IMAX thing that they just were like, all right, this isn't like wide, like in an IMAX where it's just a giant like square. Typically, they just put it in the format that it's not going to be all stretched out and gross. So we just put it in like in just regular TV. I forgot about it. Like that's how much like when it first starts, it's just happening, and then you kind of forget about it. And
yeah,
it was. They added in a lot of context to where it, like say for example, Steppenwolf actually makes it. It makes sense that he's actually in it, and he's actually a good villain with motivation, because literally in the first movie, you had no idea why. The only thing you knew is that. Oh, I just want to please Darkseid, I guess, kind of. But not really. It doesn't really show the extent of what happened to him before, and now he's trying to redeem himself. Nothing, there was nothing at all. Now there's a full background. You get to see a lot of Darkseid, And like you get to see a sequence of him even before how he got his ass fucking handed to him
by a bunch of
which is
gods.
like things that you should have seen before. Like they just extended some scenes that were already there but made them make sense.
They switched out his they switched him out for Steppenwolf actually in the initial scene. Because first it was Steppenwolf that came to Earth and they switched him out for Darkseid. They changed Steppenwolf's design. They gave him like sort of like what's the name of that like weird? You guys ever play Killer Instinct? You know that ice dude from Killer Instinct that has like those
Glacius?
spikes. Glacius. Yeah, he has like sort of like a Glacius like armor, like sort of like a synthetic like nano armor.
He kind of looked like that dude from the first Iron Man movie. What was it? The guy that shot the fire out of his fucking head.
What?
The only guy, the villain that
Ironmonger?
it was like a no. It's
What
Iron Man
from the
movie
first Iron Man movie?
Did I say Iron Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant Thor. Sorry, I meant Thor.
Oh, right.
The
Yeah, no, I know
destroyer
what you mean.
armor. I know what you mean. Yeah, he did look like that.
Thank you.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman had
Yeah,
the most badass scene in the movie. Wonder Woman had the most badass scenes consistently actually in the movie.
One thing I have to say about that, they added, so they kind of stripped away a little bit of her that theme that she always has in the other ones, like the main Wonder Woman movie. They used it a little bit, but they changed it with, and if you're using subtitles, it was like Amazonian lamenting.
Yeah, it was.
And it's just like this.
Yeah.
It's just, and I'm like, okay, stop. Every time she showed up and did something, it was like it sounded like an Amazon was getting slaughtered.
They didn't use her
hated
theme
it.
very much because very often they showed like Themyscira proper, and they were like this because the whole beginning scene of Steppenwolf showing up, he showed up on Themyscira and he killed a bunch of fucking Themyscirans, and I was like, get them, they deserve it.
Yeah, he had sex with a lot of them too. That was the one thing that they changed like really like
It
pretty
was
big.
brutal.
Where he kind of stopped. He's like, oh wait, it's been a while, and then there's like some good love making scenes with Careless Whisper. I thought that was a really nice touch.
It was. I really enjoyed it. For me, the biggest problem with the Justice League movie ever. There was one problem I had that really bothered me. There were some scenes and moments in it that I liked a lot, but there was one scene where Iron Man. There was in the very beginning. They were like Superman. Yeah, I stopped talking immediately when I realized what I said. They were like, Superman, what is your favorite thing about Earth? And he didn't answer. He was like, he had to think about it, and that bothered me because Superman loves Earth more than anyone else, and they got rid of that. And I was so.
I'm
happy.
so glad they eradicated because everything was wrong with that scene. First of all, it was a weird way to start the movie off, and Superman's face, his top lip, because he was shooting for Mission Impossible, and he had to contractually keep his mustache.
He did.
He couldn't shave it, so it looked like the biggest ass you've ever seen. It looked like part of his lip was hanging off. I thought like, this is so ugly. I can't believe they kept this in the movie.
Yeah,
and so then they removed it. And I'm also glad that they changed things up a little bit because the first two scenes in the original is that stupid scene, and then it goes to Wonder Woman saving the bank or whatever, and it's like, what does this do? What is this? This doesn't even make sense. Why is this happening? And then they cut to Batman going
fighting parademons.
It just made no fucking.
Batman.
They just threw shit in there, and I was just like, I as with no experience can tell a better story by like, hey, let's not start the movie off like this where there's no context or no point for these two scenes.
Yeah,
they're just there.
I remember when I tried to watch it, like the first couple scenes were just like, it felt like I was watching like if somebody took a trailer and made a trailer a movie, you know, like it's just like, here's one scene that has nothing to do with the next scene, but it's like sequentially kind of neat, I guess, that they're happening. And it's like Batman suddenly fighting demons on the roofs.
Yeah,
and I was like,
scene was so bad.
I just remember being like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, and I shut it off at that point because I didn't care to begin with. But like the second I felt myself waning in the first couple seconds, I was just like done.
Yeah,
what happened to Batman's character?
Way better in that movie. I loved it because it was finally a Batman that wasn't just like cold and collected and I know everything. He was actually like very faith driven. He was like, I believe like genuinely this will be better for everybody. And doing the right thing. And I was like, I like that. Like, I like Batman not just being a brooding dickhead all the time. Because I feel like he's not always that. Usually.
This kind of goes to show how important editing really is.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, editors don't really... They're so instrumental in, like, whether or not something turns out well. And compared to, like, most other professions, like, you know jack shit about, like, who edited what.
I was saying that when we were watching that shit. When we were watching that, I was saying, I was like, the only person that's gonna get props is Zack Snyder. Obviously, his fucking name's on it. But like the people that are really like, say, Zack Snyder, the cinematographer that he always works with, what he's known for. This is like, oh, this is Zack Snyder. I'm like, it's not Zack Snyder. It's the cinematographer that he works with, and like say they sync pretty well for that style that they're going for. But like, you don't know his name as if like I'm talking about the guy and I forgot his name. Like the whole point, like I used to know who he was, and now I'm like, fucking, I can't even say. But yeah, it's. Oh, we gotta talk about Jared Leto. We gotta talk about Jared Leto.
Wait, why? Why?
Because he had his cameo, and I gotta tell you, he is by far in every animated anything by far the worst Joker, just by miles. Like he can't even. It's just he's so shit. It doesn't make sense.
He wasn't good
because he's a good actor.
He's a good everything,
he's
actually,
like,
pretty much. Somehow.
Oh, yeah.
He's even good at making a cult, dog. He's just good at everything.
Yeah, he's fantastic at subjugating people. He's great. But, like, it's such a bad Joker, and his laugh is even worse than it was really before in Suicide Squad. I don't understand how that was possible. I thought, I was like, oh, they're going to give him a good laugh at least. They're going to have to fix it. And he was just like, I was like, oh, okay. That's. I thought the other one where he just sounds like a bird, like, like at least that's funny.
Oh yeah. In
you remember that Suicide Squad
right?
is, and I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, he's definitely laughing. Okay,
it's such a bad. Like I didn't see the Snyder Cut obviously, so I don't know the context of like how his scene was and
why he's in it. Yeah,
it was such a good scene,
and he didn't say the N-word.
It was such a good scene too. It was such a like that was actually a great fucking scene that would lead to an amazing.
I mean, it was cool,
and it was they just fucked it up.
It's just weird that he's like, I'm like, damn, this sucks. He just can't do Joker. He can't do it, and it sucks. Like I would rather have him just imitate one of the previous ones. It would be better than his own thing because it's not working at all.
Yeah, it's. I don't know why they thought that he could do it well after Suicide. I knew for everything that I was hearing about how good the Snyder Cut was and how many things were fixed, the one thing that I knew for certain was bullshit was there was one tweet that I saw and a couple of other tweets echoing the sentiment of, oh man, dude, Jared Leto's scene with Batman might be one of the best scenes between Batman and Joker in cinematic history. And I was like, there's no way that's true.
It's cap.
That can't be real.
The best scene between him and Joker is the fucking scene in freaking Dark Knight Returns. When Joker has a batarang in his eye and he breaks his own neck. That's the best scene ever. Because they're just having a buddy conversation and he kills himself. And I'm like, damn. Nice.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. There's like, that's the thing. It's like, there's so many amazing ones. And it's like, the thought that Jared Leto, the damaged guy,
at least that bullshit is off his head. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
he had a joke.
But even
he had
that
a
couldn't
Jesus
save
vibe
it.
going on in this movie.
A Jesus
he had a
vibe?
Jesus vibe going on in this movie. Jesus Cristo.
Was he?
Why,
was he like?
Because of his
He had
hair?
a
What are you
long
talking
hair thing
about?
because he was the what you call it. He was the one that was supposed to like. He was the X Factor. He's a savior technically of that.
Was he? Was he a cult leader or something?
Maybe he might have just been himself. He might have been play you as Joker as yourself, and he was like.
I think they kind of caught him in the middle of doing his cult stuff, kind of the same way that when they got Harrison Ford for the Rise of Skywalker, like he didn't prep for that role. Like he looks like he rolled out of bed, and he's like his hair's long and shit. I'm like, wait, when are you remembering this guy? Like, why is his hair so fucking bad? He was so different. Where it's like they couldn't have just like got him to look like how he did when he died, you know, just to kind of like match just match it. But I'm like, oh, they just like please do us this favor, and he's like, yeah, fuck, I guess.
Like
and then he just showed up.
And he did it, and he was like,
and then the funny thing is though, like his little cameo was probably the best thing about that movie. Like I really liked I liked what was coming out of his mouth. Like I believed him, even though he looked like, you know, like he needed a haircut and shit. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's finished eating chicken.
Yeah.
He's finished chicken.
I don't know, man.
Like, yo, come do this.
And then
hair.
he was like, get off my get off my plane or
Air
some
Force
shit.
One. That movie goes hard, bro. I'm not even that American.
It's
I fucking love that. I'm not even like that of American, like of a patriot. I'm like, yo, this movie goes hard.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
So here's the thing, though. Like, is it reasonable to like get an HBO Max subscription for this?
It depends if you're a fan or not.
Even if you just cancel it in the same month.
Look, I will say this. HBO Max actually has quite a bit of good shit on it, just from surfing at my friend's house, because he's using his girlfriend's account, and because otherwise he wasn't going to pay for it either.
Yeah.
And there's actually the Harley Quinn show that I watched 2 episodes of it, and I was blown away by how entertaining it was.
That show's funny.
It's a comedy.
Man.
It's
That
really
show's
funny.
Like I've seen bits from it, like clips from it, and I'm like, this is like, I don't know, maybe I'm really stupid, but I think it's like genuinely hilarious.
I've seen so many clips of it that I've seen full episodes. Like I've seen every clip to the point that I've seen the full episodes of every episode so far. So I'm just like, oh, this is a pretty good show. I like it a lot. There's
one scene that I love about like the Joker's like pestering Batman about an electric car, and I was like, this is actually
I saw that. I saw that
well
on YouTube.
written and awesome.
I saw that on YouTube. Isn't that like is from the same show when Joker says something like, oh, like he's talking about like something being funny, and then this henchman suggests is like Harley Quinn, and he's like, no, stupid women aren't funny, and then he shoots him, and then it fucking just like freeze frames, and then it plays that music, and it says Joker's based. You ever see that shit on YouTube? Just type in like based Joker or something, and it's just one of the best, like Joker is based or something. It's one of the best things on YouTube. If you guys haven't seen it, it's fucking great.
That's a good Joker in that show. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll just jump into it.
There's also Boondocks, South Park. South Park, dude.
I don't give a shit.
Have you guys seen that fucking vaccination episode of South Park and the quarantine episode and pandemic episode?
No, I haven't. I heard it was good though. I heard it was good.
The pandemic episode I know was actually fantastic. That episode made me cry. But the vaccine episode
is weird
pretty
because
hilarious.
They like, as far as I'm concerned, South Park has sucked dick for years, but I heard good things. My friend said that, they're kind of returning to being a little bit more chaotic like they were before, where it was just like linear garbage. Like, what is, because they're just like, what happened? It's almost like her podcast where they're like, what's happening right now? Let's fucking make a thing about it. And it's like not creative at all.
Ouch.
And I was like, oh man.
I don't know. Like I've seen.
We watched like 2 seasons together, right? Didn't we? We watched like 2 seasons together, and every episode we watched was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think South Park's nearly as...
Mm-hmm.
Some of the newer
season
shit.
20 and 22 we watched. And every episode I watched, I was laughing at.
Look, I don't... Here's the thing. It's like, I don't think South Park is...
No.
I don't think South Park is as good as it used to be, but it's definitely, like, of the big shows that has stayed around for way longer than it should have, it's definitely, like, on its best feet. Like compared to like The Simpsons and like Family Guy and like all these other shows and SpongeBob and all these shows that just refuse to die. Matt Stone and Trey Parker did a pretty good job of making sure that South Park didn't fall to the degree that those other shows did. Like to the point where like South Park I think is still like a reason. Like if somebody's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna catch an episode of the newer South Park. Like I wouldn't be like, why the fuck would you do that? If somebody came up to me and said, man, I'm really excited about the new Simpsons, I would laugh at them and walk out of the room. Like actually, like I can't even fathom how somebody could look at a modern Simpsons episode and find anything resembling entertainment in it.
Yeah. I mean, while I do agree, I've tried multiple times to watch new South Park and my brain keeps defaulting to like, I thought about, what was the last great episodes of South Park? And I really think about like Imagination Land, which was probably like a decade ago or something.
No, that's more than
a decade ago. It wasn't a decade ago. It wasn't a decade ago, but it was.
Nah, dude, that was more than a decade ago, dude. That shit was more. That was like season 9,
but you know what I'm saying? Like, or like I think of random moments of like, what was like really fucking hilarious? Like that episode with when they were playing Lord of the Rings and the Backdoor Sluts 9, that porno tape. Like such a creative fucking episode. And then when I think about their new shit, it's just what is happening right now, and let's just try to meme what is happening right now. And it's always, I'm like, yeah, okay, like, I like the Backdoor Sluts 9 and Lord of the Rings. That had nothing to do with nothing. It was just it just great ideas coming together. Like the subplot and the main plot were fucking just brilliant.
They gave it to Butters, right?
Yeah.
And Butters watching in the basement, and he was freaking out.
Yeah, and then he
turned
just
to Gollum.
became obsessed. He became Smeagol.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
was fucking-
well, there's also those South Park games that came out, The Stick of Truth and like Fractured But Whole, that were like really, really good in their own right, and those were like
Those
more
were good.
recent.
Those were good. I feel like they put way more into that than they were the fucking episodes they're creating, like the show.
No, yeah, you're probably right. I don't know, like South Park is one of those things where it's like, I think with any television show, specifically cartoons, you're going to notice that there's not a single cartoon that exists where there is a really, really memorable episode past the first couple of seasons. Like every memorable moment in SpongeBob history is from the first 3 seasons. Every really memorable moment from The Simpsons is from the first 8.
Well,
Like,
I will
I'd
object
argue
to that
SpongeBob.
only.
For SpongeBob too.
I can't even judge it because I was actually shocked that it was still on. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I know you
But
SpongeBob, 'cause that-
Futurama is the exception. Most of Futurama's memes came from season 7.
Really?
Like if you think about when you think about the most popular memes from like Shut Up and Take My Money, for example, that's from season 7. Season 7 fucking destroyed. But the thing is, they kept leaving, getting canceled, and coming back. So they were fresh, and then they went to season 10, which the finale is adorable. It's great. I can watch 1 through 10 all the way through and not be. Now, of course, there's always weak points. It's never going to be everything's going to be just as strong, but it's still enjoyable. And they fucking fucked off. And I'm so glad that they left. It was the last episode. The season's finale is so damn charming, and that show has made me like tear up multiple times. It's a great show.
Dude,
It's a
Lucky
good
Love
finale.
Friar Rich's
Yeah.
episode that I literally, every time I watch that episode, I almost tear up. I'm like, fuck, this is
That's a
so
great one.
sad.
That's a great one.
And then it's the one. What's the one with the dog? The fossilized
Don't
dog?
fuck it. I don't even want you to mention it, man. Let's not even go there.
Dude, he found
that shit
him.
fucking.
He found
that is
him,
so.
bro.
That is so heart wrenching, man. I don't even want to talk about that episode. I hate that episode so much.
Found him. That episode killed
That's
me
worse
because
than that Chimera episode in fucking Full Metal Alchemist.
That shit hurt me,
That's
bro. For no reason, they had that shit in there, and it almost killed me.
I don't even know what's going on at this point.
There
We've
was-
wandered into anime territory.
There was
Wait,
episode of
come on, you've seen that. You've never seen that, Chris?
There was an
Full Metal
episode-
Alchemist?
Full Metal
No.
Alchemist?
So there was an episode of what you call it, Futurama, where
So hold on, wait. I've seen parts.
can we-
I've seen parts of Full Metal Alchemist, and all I remember seeing like an Iron Giant looking guy with a kid's voice, and I was like, I don't understand.
Alphonse?
I stopped watching.
that show's graded. That show's actually goated, bro.
It's good. Look, there's still some bullshit chibi moments, which is what I really don't like anime. But mostly it's a great show, very mirroring politics, imperialism, false flags,
Race.
all these things that back like the what are they called again? It's been a while since I but the yeah, it's Volans. Yeah, the Volans are the the Middle Eastern people, and it's just very in tune with like a lot of stuff that's going on that if you're an adult you can really appreciate. And then the idea of alchemy, it's just a lot of different concepts done very well, and it's really entertaining. I really like that show.
I've heard
but they
it's a
had
good
an
show,
episode
yeah.
like 3 episodes in or something, just about like it's just so fucked up. It's just. It like I hate when shows do this when they nail it. They're probably high-fiving each other like we're gonna make people so sad they're gonna want to fucking jump off a building.
It's anime, bro. They always do shit like that. The vast majority of animes I've watched have like a few scenes that are just so unbelievably depressing for no reason. It's like, why is this real?
I've never seen a depressing scene in an anime ever.
You're fucking
I think
violent. You probably haven't
that
watched
one
much
for
stuff.
sure. That one, if it doesn't, look, I'll say this, Chris. If that Chimera episode doesn't do anything to you, I will be like, oh, you may be on the spectrum of sociopathy, maybe not full blown, but that because it's like it's hard not to get sad. It's such a, and like it's a really fun, and it's kind of like the Seymour thing with Futurama. I'm sure that you've seen that, Chris.
Oh, that fucking stupid dog.
Yeah. It's a stupid dog. Okay, wait. How does that episode make you feel?
I don't remember
shit.
it.
Okay, that's
No,
fair
I'm
enough.
joking around. Like I understand. No, that was a good episode. That was probably the only episode of Futurama that I really remember in its entirety.
Is it Prehistoric Pooch? I'm trying to remember the title of it. I can't remember it.
And the Christmas one.
I don't
thought
care.
Was pretty good.
I genuinely want to forget that episode. If I could, I would.
Such a beautiful episode.
It's not beautiful.
It is beautiful.
The saddest thing.
It's sad, but it's beautiful.
The dog waiting for him. He's never coming back. He's in the fucking future. It's the sad. And then the fucking song that they chose, perfection for just ultimate sadness.
Dude, I think that's a beautiful episode, man.
I wouldn't say. I don't think somebody waiting forever and then knowing that their master, their best friend, is never coming back. I would not call that beautiful.
I think it's. I
think
think
that
it's
is so fucking
objectively a
heartbreaking.
beautiful thing because of the fact it shows the love between a man and his pets. That's
thing
just
that's
beautiful.
really-
That's the
but
straight up
this
love.
thing- this animal-
the thing that
Seymour
I thought
does-
was a bit,
uh-huh.
the thing that I thought was like a bit over the top with that episode was after the credits where Kiro the wolf comes on screen
Who's
and
Kiro
starts
the wolf?
fucking the dog to death.
Isn't that guy? That's that furry guy, right?
That would make me feel much better if that actually
That
happened.
would not. I've done.
Because the idea, like, I love dogs so much that the idea that Seymour has no idea that Fry's never coming back is the saddest fucking thing.
It is really
It's
sad.
so sad. I love it. I love that episode. It makes me smile.
I hate, like, I never, if whenever that episode's on, I never watch it. I will never watch it again.
That and Luck of the Friars, dude. When he found out that was his nephew,
Now that's a beautiful fucking
that
episode.
shit was crazy.
See, now
I
that's,
was like, what the fuck?
But
No, that's good.
instead, we're getting Simpsons episodes where like Homer Simpson meets David Dobrik and fucking
the Vlog Squad.
and the Vlog Squad.
Marge, why is she drunk?
Marge, what is consent?
Marge, what is consent?
Marge?
Oh my god, you took the
should
same
hold
joke
her.
out of my fucking mouth.
You should hold her hair while she's throwing up.
I don't know. And then Lisa's like, Dad, I don't think she should be here. And Bart's like, ay caramba, Mom, this girl seems really drunk.
Ay caramba.
Eat my shorts.
I don't know if
Holy
this is legal,
shit.
man. Marge,
David
get the kids
Dobrik.
out of here.
Marge, what are you doing not in the kitchen, Marge?
Marge, dinner should have been 2 hours ago. Don't.
Marge, how am I supposed
Marge?
to help my friends rape a woman if you're here watching over me?
God. Oh my Lord.
This is real.
Over.
So
I
what?
love the idea. I love this idea.
Who's the most informed on this? I'm fairly informed.
Are you
I'm
fairly
fairly
informed?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, maybe it's you because I'll be honest. I'm so ill-informed. I made a rant video, kind of touching about it, and I kept calling the guy Dirty Dan. That's how much I know about it.
Well, his name is Dom.
It's Dom, but that's how much I don't know about this. Where I called him Dirty Dan twice, and I was like, "Oh, that's the fucking guy from SpongeBob." Like
I'll
that's,
get
yeah,
you,
so I gotta
Dirty
fuck that up.
Dan.
You Dirty Dan.
And you too, Pinhead.
I fucking still love that. Who you calling Pinhead?
Watched the episode recently with Lily and I cried. It's so fucking funny. Okay, so let's
break it down.
Begin. First and foremost, David Dobrik, the very popular vlogger, so most likely already known to be a psychopath. Because vloggers are insane.
He posted an apology video. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves
go
here.
Say
But he posted an apology video, and he looks like a fucking animatronic in it. Like, he doesn't look like a real It looked like he took weeks of acting classes and then filmed this video and still somehow learned nothing from those classes.
Well,
It's
did you catch?
Wild.
I'm sorry. Did you catch that he's reading notes or a teleprompter?
I didn't
catch that.
I didn't catch that.
Okay, so when I posted a video this
How
morning.
deafened is that,
Let
Derek?
you finish, Sweeny.
Free first. How deafened is that? Like, is he definitely doing that, or is it most likely?
No, it's not most likely. It's something that is so if you're you know what it looks like to look the lens directly at the lens directly. It looks like they're looking at you. If you catch his eyes, all you have to do is pay attention to his eyes. They go slightly up just a little bit towards not focusing on the lens anymore at crucial moments so we can stay on topic. And it's so, I'm like, a lot of people aren't going to catch this because a lot of people aren't going to be paying that much attention. It's not horrible, like, say, how you see a lot of the late night people where they're clearly drifting so far off that I'm like, your cue cards it's just insufferable. but it's enough to where if you're just looking, because I watched like 2 minutes of his apology, and I'm just like, holy shit. I can tell when he's like looking directly in, and then when it's just slightly above and it's not focusing anymore, because it doesn't look like he's looking me directly in the eye anymore. It's kind of like go ahead.
Do you think there's a possibility he might be looking at the screen that's like flipped over, like maybe?
Well, if he has the screen above him and he's looking at himself, and if he's that much of an egomaniac, sure, that's actually a huge possibility. He's looking at himself. So I will say, I guess let me say that then. Maybe his eyes are just trailing, because mine's to the side, my screen.
Yeah.
If I do look at myself, but maybe he has one of those those alpha ones, the Sony ones that the screen's above.
Yeah, they go up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so maybe he has one of those. So I could be totally wrong.
I don't know. It just that apology video, regardless, like any way you slice it, is really like fucking off-putting and really bad. What had happened was, as far as I'm aware, him and a frequent collaborator.
There's a lot, dude. Like that's not even the beginning.
And presumably a friend. I know, but like the main thing was, there was a not prank video, but like a vlog video where they were getting these women drunk, and apparently an R word happened.
That fucks
not
me
a
up,
retard.
dude. Every time I hear, that's what I'm saying. Every time I hear R word, I think retard, and I'm like, why
I know,
are people saying
but
R word?
Forced sexual things.
Okay. Let me do this, Chris. You're not doing it well, all right?
That's fair. That's totally fine. I don't know what I'm saying, to be quite honest.
So what happens is, David Dobrik, apparently he posted a video where one of his friends, who was a freaking collaborator of his, wanted to have a 5-way or some sort of 6-some or something like that. And they got these girls to come over. The girls came over and on video admitted that they did not want to even sleep with the guy. They just wanted to meet David Dobrik because he's really famous. And you know how young girls like the dumbest content on the planet. So
sure,
they came over and they were like, we don't really want to sleep with your friend Dom, we want to just meet you. But then at that moment, he asked Trisha Paytas and some other people who are adults to go buy alcohol. The girls that were there were below the drinking age. Mm-hmm. They were legally, they were like 19 and
like
20,
19 or 20
that years old.
Yeah,
but they were below the drinking age. And what happened is one of them got so blackout drunk, and she went, and then her and the one of her other girls went and had a threesome with a guy named Dom, who's historically just a shitty guy who's like, he's just a horn dog, and he has more than one sexual assault allegation against him, which is not a joke. Mm-hmm. David Dobrik knew about this before he even got those girls over. So one of the girls was apparently like so drunk that she couldn't stand up and she had to be carried out of the place. But they were all like all right for her going to sleep with Dom. And then what happens is that video went up 3 years ago. Less than a year after that happened, the girl contacted Dom and was like, I don't like what happened there. That's not cool. If it's about sexual assault, can you take the video down? And David Dobrik never took the video down. So
yeah, that's a bit wild. Isn't there like a clip
okay.
of him? Isn't there a clip of him also in like a car talking about like, we're going to jail
at the very
and, like,
end of very end of that video? Yeah, they made a joke about, oh, we're going to jail, and they're all, and I'm like, whoa. So they knew there was some shady shit that happened.
That's crazy, bro.
To make that joke in the first place.
It's a bad situation all around. I've never liked David Dobrik. I've always found him to be like a really annoying.
I didn't know anything about him, to be honest. I didn't know anything about him.
I've heard bits and pieces of like information about him, and I like caught glimpses of his content. And I was like, this is literally just affluent person with friends films themselves being affluent, and that's like literally the entirety of the content, and it's just really just self-centered and really annoying. And like, I didn't have any opinions about him in particular as a human being until after this, and I saw that apology video, because that was like the apology video really is like, everybody should watch it, because it is so detached from like,
it made Logan's look great, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, you could tell he's like trying to cry, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if there's something about it that seems really either rehearsed, and that's not a surprise, by the way. Like, obviously, if you're going to address serious allegations, you're going to like think about what you're going to say and you're going to rehearse it. But his eyes, like, they well up, but not in like a real way. It's like a really bizarre thing to see, because I've never seen that.
dangled an onion at the right moment, just above his head, like a boom mic.
There's
just
like
to kind of like, come on.
Homer Simpson's cutting onions with a fan, and the fan's like blowing
David,
onions
I
over the
can't chop any faster. Dough.
Marge, get out of here. Can't you see that me, David Dobrik, and Andrew Cuomo are just trying to relax?
It's so fucking. It was really wild, man. He lost like every sponsorship. He lost his position in all app he was creating. A lot of shit
Dispo
went down, dog. And what makes it crazy is that first and foremost, alcohol and women don't mix, bro. That is something that
let's
no. Alcohol and women is not. That's just never safe. That's just never safe.
What are you talking about?
Like,
what about your girlfriend? What if you're
I've
drinking
drank
with women that aren't your
so many women
close friends,
and nothing's happened.
I've drank with. Every time I've ever been anywhere where there are girls I don't know and there's alcohol, I leave, bro. I don't stay. I don't like. That's
a little. That's a little extreme. It's a little extreme.
I know it's extreme, weird. But it's just like this can lead to something very horrible happening.
Look,
not to mention, when I was younger, I literally had to go on the witness stand because one of my friends apparently assaulted this girl. We were like, that's not true. She came in a room and told us all to leave, and she did what she had to do with them. So from that moment on, I was just like, yo, I'm being safer than sorry. Always.
Let's back up. You can preface it by saying, I personally like being safer than sorry. And if there are women and alcohol involved, I leave. I wouldn't say that just because women and alcohol are involved is because I'm telling you.
Wait, let me modify my statement. Okay, what you call it. As a content creator, you got to be smart. You got to understand the people that could be involved with you. You got to understand the things that could happen.
That's true.
You got to just be aware of. You got to be aware of your surroundings, right? You got to understand that if you, which I'm not saying she didn't do it, but even if she did not do this, you gotta understand what you would be risking to lose if someone just said something like that happened. This could all, in a theory place, could be a lie. It gets to be not the truth. But he's fucked now. That's it. He's not gonna be the same he was anymore. He's probably gonna bounce back knowing that because cancel culture is so horrible now that everybody gets canceled, so getting canceled doesn't mean anything. And it's also
because he didn't directly assault the woman.
He didn't do it,
that dirty Dan guy or Dom. He's fucked. He's like actually.
He was the person that got it to happen. He orchestrated all of it. The alcohol being quiet for underage women.
Hold on. Yeah, that is true. The main issue though is that he facilitated the situation. He basically got all of he laid the dominoes in place for certain things to happen, even if unintentionally. But the big thing is that he profited off of it after it happened,
and he knew
for a very long time, and he knew that something bad had happened. So like that to me is like extra scumfuckery, you know, like that's
true.
Really
that's
like
true.
Extra levels of insane.
Yeah.
But as far as like to your point, if you're talking about bouncing back. Because he wasn't the one that committed the assault, I think he would bounce back. I'm not defending him in any way, shape, or form. I'm saying the way that the internet works and everything and if you see the like to dislike ratio, his fans overwhelmingly accepted the apology and thought it was a great video.
Not to mention that his fan base is like people are just they're of a certain age group and a certain demographic that are just going to be like, it's fine, you didn't do this. This is Dom's
I mean, dude,
fault.
David Dobrik. David Dobrik is a rich person. He'll be fine.
Yeah,
because that's what happens to rich people. They're fine all the time.
Do you remember? And I think this is really important to bring up because this was so swept under the rug, and this was probably one of the worst things you could do. When Jake Paul accused FaZe Banks of assaulting Jake Paul's assistant, made up a whole thing, and she put up fake makeup and all this stuff. They settled outside of court because the whole thing was ridiculous. Jake was absolutely fine, even though he completely made up an assault allegation, and it just shows you how unscathed these people will be. For example, I give Logan Paul more of a pass because I'm confident that dead body situation was completely fake. Everything about it was fake. But when you think about the lesser of two evils, pleading ignorance versus intent, you'll just say, "Oh, I didn't know," and I'm like, "No, they knew. They said about look. As dumb as they are, nobody puts a dead body on a thumbnail. Let's be real. That shit was a fucking prop. Let's be real. You know, a lot of people still talk about it as if that shit was like, nobody is that fucking stupid.
I can't know for sure. That's the thing.
Yeah, same.
No, here's the thing.
I can be 99% positive that that's probably true, but like at the same time,
I agree
like,
with
if you want to be like,
if you
want to be like antibacterial shit, where it's like it'll kill 99.9% germs, sure, so you don't get a lawsuit. But I'm saying that team of people, and for YouTube to be totally fine keeping it, YouTube would not. No, a YouTube representative, they know. They would have taken that shit down if like, oh, this is an actual corpse on the thumbnail. Holy shit, you can't do that. Like even news outlets don't do that.
I feel like it would have been resolved sooner if it was fake, though.
No, because here's the thing. I'm telling you, if you said, we're making a mockery of suicide, this was all fake, he would have been hit way harder than pleading ignorance. It's like manslaughter versus murder. I didn't mean to kill versus I wanted to kill. Being ignorant and like, I didn't mean to do this is always way lesser than intentionally doing something.
I guess. Like, I just think that
it's not even. I guess that's an obvious objective.
No.
Yes.
I just mean like I think if Logan Paul was like, yeah, it was a prop. We were just kind of like trying to get a lot of attention. I feel like people would have been like, that's pretty fucked. But like,
that's you. That's you thinking.
But he didn't display a real person's fucking corpse in a video.
But he did it
which is
on
infinitely
accident.
worse.
But it's not, because he did it on accident.
What do you
understand? He wasn't thinking, oh man, I wasn't thinking of how stupid that was. I made a huge error and lapse in judgment versus, oh, I meant to do this and trick all of you. Like, that's way worse. It shows that this guy's a fucking monster. Whereas, like, you try to make a joke and pass this off as a real dead body. Are you crazy? Versus, oh my God, we found this. We didn't know what we were doing. We just got caught up in the moment. I'm so sorry. Where I'm like, the odds of Jake Paul, the biggest vlogger in the world, is the only one that happens to find the dead body. Meanwhile, all the people that go to that suicide forest every fucking day trying to find something are shit out of luck. Okay. And Dream didn't cheat in Minecraft too.
Yeah,
okay, sure.
I mean, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah,
okay.
I guess so. Yeah.
Oh, that's not.
That makes that makes sense. That makes more sense to me.
Don't summon a Dream fan. Don't summon a Dream fan.
Either way, this is all way too old to spend this much time on. But,
it is. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, no. Long story short, David Dobrik sucks, but he'll probably be fine.
Yeah, the void is on its way for him.
He's got that Simpsons cameo coming.
What if that was he's just saying Simpsons quotes in his video?
Could you imagine while he's going to jail, he's just saying Simpsons quotes? He's just mimicking Homer Simpson while they're taking him in a fucking cart.
He walks into jail, takes his jacket and hat off and puts it on the rack, turns around and leaves.
He does,
like Grandpa in that
like Grandpa
Simpson.
Oh
That's actually that little gif, that little moment in The Simpsons describes how rich people's relationship with the law and jail.
Yeah,
like almost entirely.
It's hilarious.
To a T.
But whatever.
To a T.
What else we got? We got some. Just a side note, because I don't know any way we're going to be able to transition into this naturally. Did you see the fucking dude with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, where he had fucking shrimp tails in it?
No.
Some dude found fucking shrimp tails in his fucking Cinnamon Toast.
No, he didn't.
I can't believe that.
He didn't find them. He put them there. What the hell are you talking about?
No, they're like caked in cinnamon. It looks like they've actually dude. If he just put them there, he did a really good job making them look like they've been like sitting in crystallized Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I can't even believe. I can't even begin to believe that.
I've seen. Remember, somebody found a chicken head in their chicken nuggets, but some broad she brought it in.
Yeah.
I gotta look this up because I just can't. Like, what factory? I understand usually they say I mean, unless, look, I will say it's a lot of cinnamon on the tails. but why just tails though, and not the entire?
Where is this at?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Just look. Just if you search Cinnamon Toast Crunch on Twitter, you'll find
a comedian finds the shrimp tails. Now this is even more skeptical. The person's a comedian.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, because it says comedian finds shrimp tail in cereal, and then it says Cinnamon Toast Crunch gaslights him by claiming it's cinnamon sugar. What?
Yo, gaslights?
the cereal himself. It's not the company. The cereal gaslights him. Like the box is like, I don't know, man. I don't know, dude.
He looks like a kind of guy that'd be like, oh, this is gonna be funny. I'm gonna use this. He looks like a guy that'd be fucking under a bridge somewhere.
I just love that.
Carp with the check mark on Twitter. He's a writer. He might be trying to just grow his stock. I don't know about this.
Yeah, probably. I just love the premise in general of
it's pretty great.
Just find, of all things to find. I think shrimp.
It's a good choice.
Yeah, it's a good choice. It's like, who the fuck would lie about that?
Okay, he says it's not a bit. Okay, so I'm looking at the original post. He says it's not a bit.
That would kill your career immediately if you lied about that, you know.
It would.
It would.
So
really?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Well, lying about it's one thing to kind of be like. So I was walking down the subway the other day, and like you weren't actually walking down this. That's like a different thing. That's just crafting a bit. Yeah. But like to go on like the internet and be like, hey, this isn't a bit, and just. I could see it working for like internet comedians, but like if you're really like trying to like genuinely get into the scene and like actually be a proper comic, that shit's gonna be like it's such a high school like faking for attention thing to do that you would be laughed out of the room, like in not the way that you want to be laughed out of the room as a comedian. But well, I don't know. I just thought it was funny because just the image of it looks so disgusting. I don't even really like Cinnamon Toast Crunch that much, but
yeah, it's just bomb as fuck. I don't know.
CT Crunch is bomb, but I can't have it too often though. But it is definitely one of the best cereals that exist.
The only thing that I have against it, and I feel like maybe this was a conversation before because we've talked about cereal before, but is that it gets soggy within like a minute.
That's when the only thing is at its best, bro.
I want to hit you so hard.
Best, bro.
Like if you want like soggy cereal, then go buy some soft bullshit.
You guys have fucking weird ass taste buds. Don't get me wrong. Like
no. First of all,
like dude, look,
it's called. Hey, no, stop.
You're gonna say some dumb shit. You're gonna say some dumb shit. You're gonna argue science.
I'm not
again,
gonna say anything dumb.
like
I'm gonna say some shit
time.
that's gonna correct you. That's gonna make your mind think right, motherfucker. What is the title of the goddamn cereal
Cinnamon
called?
Toast Slurp.
All right, well, let's just fucking move. Oh, also,
you're such a piece of shit.
We should talk about this only because I thought it was kind of funny because I saw the hashtag Biden fall trending on Twitter, right? And I thought
Biden fall. That's pretty good. I like that.
It is pretty good. But apparently, like Joe Biden tripped like 7,000 times walking up the steps to Air Force One.
He tripped twice, really embarrassingly.
No, 3 times.
It was 3. I thought it was twice.
It was 3.
No, because somebody made a meme of like Donkey Kong throwing barrels, and he tripped over 3 of them. It was fucking amazing.
God.
Like it was a video. I was like, this is exactly what the internet's for.
Yeah, and it's just like, look, whatever, like. Presidents always have this weird moment whenever they're walking up the steps and everybody's fallen or like tripped up the stairs. Like it's not like a problem, whatever. The thing is, it's just like the way that he falls, and this isn't a Biden criticism so much as it is like, why the fuck are our presidents all so fucking old and feeble that they can't walk up a flight of goddamn stairs?
Okay, Chris, let me answer. Let me open your mind real quick. One time for your mom. One time. Because the older people are going to institute these stupid laws. They're not going to fight for radical change.
I know that.
So that's why they're old.
It's a rhetorical question.
We can't have a 37-year-old president that escaped fucking poverty. Because you know what would happen then? He would literally fight for things changing radically.
But listen, the difference here is like it's not even about old, right? Because like there's that video of Bernie like sprinting through the fucking whatever that place is.
Bernie's an exception. He's not like the other ones. You can't categorize Bernie and Pelosi. I'm pretty sure Bernie's older than Pelosi. You know, like you can't. He's different. His brain is different from theirs. He's aware.
I actually don't think that's true.
He grew up in the hood.
I actually don't think.
Hell yeah, man.
Nancy Pelosi. Now I'm just curious.
Dude, she's like a fucking ghoul, but with a lot of makeup on.
And fucking, I'm not gonna say that out loud. I'm not gonna say that in the place where I work.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say that out loud.
What's the matter, smooth skin?
So Nancy Pelosi's older than Bernie Sanders.
What?
Yeah, dude, she's a ghoul. I'm not joking.
Only by a year though.
Oh, by a year. I thought she was older than that.
Yeah, not significantly, not enough that it's interesting. I thought it was going to be like
she was
a 50-year
or something.
I feel like Nancy Pelosi's like Carnage, that she'll go into your blood and then you'll turn into her. That's it. She'll just rewrite your biology to her, and she'll just live for the rest of your lifespan.
Yeah, she's disgusting.
I hate her so much.
But going off of this question,
let's fuck her. Whatever, I don't talk about her.
But going off of this question, James Passmore wrote in. He says, "Who would win in a naked fist fight?" This is obvious, by the way. It's not even a question that warrants a response, but I'm going to do it anyway. He says Bernie or Biden. Very clearly, Bernie will win.
Bernie Sanders will win. Bernie might die afterwards, but Bernie would win.
Are we talking about naked bare knuckle or okay? I thought they were actually naked. I was like, why are they naked?
I took it to mean that they were both naked.
I said naked bare knuckle, like there's just nothing, straight up fight, like a fist fight.
Like when he says naked fair fights, that's. I would say next time use bare knuckle, unless this person. Let's maybe answer both questions.
Bernie,
'cause maybe the answers will be different. What about?
I think Bernie would. I think Bernie would sweep regardless.
Well, I think because I think Biden would have to be like pumped full of like a lot of shit to make sure he's good to go. But I think Bernie 9 times out of 10 would probably whoop his ass.
Yeah, I think that's an obvious.
I think Bernie, because I think to get Joe into the ability to fight, you would have to give Joe so much shit that if he takes one good hit to the jaw, he's gonna die on his own. His body is gonna overwork itself and he's gonna die. So like, I don't know. Based on their stats, I've seen Joe jog around the White House, but that was also 8 years ago. It was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Opposed to I've seen Bernie run up and down the street during COVID. You know, so. I'm giving the stats to Bernie. Also, Bernie has more passion, and he grew up in the hood, so like he's probably got some hands.
Well,
he's Jewish.
Bernie got
York,
arrested too. So. He used to get arrested.
Yeah, because he was actually trying to like fight for the women's, but then he grew up being like tired of them though. So it's kind of ironic.
He was actually before it was cool, before it was a thing. He was actually in civil rights and feminist marches, bro. That's such, and we didn't let that man become president. Like what the fuck, dude. Before it was a trend,
another rhetorical
bro.
Thing, right?
Before it was a trend to do that. Back when people were like, "Oh yeah, we shouldn't do this." You know, those are the monkeys and or the kitchen dwellers. He was just like, "I don't agree. I think these are just people."
The funny thing too is that like even when Biden was getting inaugurated, the Twitter and the internet were just full of that meme of Bernie sitting with the mittens
with the
mittens.
Chair. Yeah.
It's like it's very clear who people give a shit about.
Yeah,
but
and we all know it, and luckily, in let's say maybe the next 3 presidents, it'll be like, Gen X's turn. Mm-hmm. You know, it'll be Gen X will start becoming presidents, because all of the boomers and beyond will be, unless they Prince Charles them, I think everybody will kind of be
him?
Gone.
Bro, that
yes,
shit.
I've seen.
I've never. Let me say this, guys, and I know everybody's gonna jump to a certain conclusion, but I've never wanted someone to just pass away more because they just can't deal with it. Let him go.
Yeah, like for his own sake.
Let him go,
he's
bro.
Not having a good
looks
time.
Worse than his mom, dude.
Dude,
that's crazy.
He's alive but rotting. Like, how does that work? How are you rotting when you're still alive? Like
he looks like Halloween. It is insane how just decrepit a human being can. Like, I didn't even think it was possible to look that. Like, and look, like I understand. Like, I don't know, man. It's just an old guy. I feel bad kind of picking on old people in general, just out of principle, because like every old person in my life has just been like really like nice and really kind and shit.
Nah, fuck
I have like a really
that.
like,
but
but at the same time, it's like, dude, this guy is so clearly just not supposed to be here. Like the code of this game is broken. This is like this is like somebody picking like. In an RPG, they have an item and they bring it into an area where they're just not supposed to have it, and it just breaks the game. It's like, you're not supposed to have the fucking grappling hook in the cave. You're gonna break the fucking level design. You fucked. You ruined it. And it's just this guy should not have been able to see the beginning of the 1900s and also this. It's just too much information for a single brain to keep track of.
Dude, he looks like what I'd imagine if he looks like what would happen if Jack Skellington decided to be a person instead of Santa Claus. Like, he just looks so fucking terrible. Like, I saw his face and I was just like, you look like the Crypt Keeper. You look like a fucking zombie.
Yeah.
He looks like somebody he looks like Imhotep.
No, he's literally a Fallout ghoul.
He looks like Imhotep in fucking Mummy. Actually, when he was not fully brought back,
like
yet.
when he wasn't brought back.
And I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy, man?
CGI and all, dude.
Dog.
Like, he looks so fucked up.
Yo,
you know what's sad? You know what's, like, imagine how he looks in person. Because,
right.
you know, like, he looks much worse. It's just like seeing people, you're like, oh, wow, look at all the blemishes and everything about people. And then the camera doesn't really capture it as well unless you're really in-depth focusing with, like, some 4K shit or whatever. And so I can't even... It's pretty... I mean, you got to admire his will to live.
I don't think there's any will left in that body.
That's some supreme... There has to be,
I don't
Kingston,
think there
because,
is.
like, why... Like, I am confident if that... It's Prince Charles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm confident if Prince Charles just went just a day without lunch, he'd be out of here. You know, like, like, he's on 1 HP. You know, like a stubbed toe, a particularly harsh breeze, you know, it being like a little bit colder than he's comfortable with. Like, these are the things that are going to take him out. So to the fact that he's still roaming the streets is testament to this dude's will.
Dude, imagine dying from the temperature being slightly uncomfortable. That causes
that's
your
where he's
death.
at.
He probably would, but I believe he has an unkillable buff on right now. And so it's just waiting to fall off. Once it falls off, because he, like you said, Chris, he has 1 HP. And then he just, as soon as the unkillable buff is gone, he's done. He's fucking like anything. He fucking stubs his toe and he shatters. He's dead.
He's gone. He's like that glass bones and paper skin guy from SpongeBob.
Oh my god.
Oh, actually, no.
Yeah.
He was a con artist, wasn't he? He was like in a suit.
Yeah, he was fine.
Yeah, I forgot. I like.
Oh, you're right.
I remember that episode recently, and I was like, oh yeah, that was a real. But I was like, oh no, that's a fucking. He was pretending to be fucking diseased.
Was that the like thing with the chocolate or whatever?
Yeah,
was that the
that's
same episode. Okay,
the chocolate episode.
That shit's fucking
That shit was
nuts.
great.
That episode's so good. SpongeBob, I feel like, comes up a lot in our conversation.
It's the best. It's one of the best anime shows of all time.
It is.
How am I supposed to eat ass without my drink?
Get my drink.
What did you do to my drink?
You what?
You what?
You what? That's the best.
That
Yo, he
line
had
might
him
be one of the
pinned.
best delivered lines in like all of cartoon history. I think it's it's such a real concern.
He had him pinned to the floor. And he was like, "You what?" Oh my god.
Oh man, that's
Let's move
What-
on
what
to
is
some.
yeah. Oh yeah, go ahead.
SpongeBob.
I was
Let's move on
gonna
to
just
some
go on
questions.
more SpongeBob.
We've been meandering quite a bit.
SpongeBob for Prez.
SpongeBob for Prez. We got a question here. We talk about sex a lot on this podcast, so obviously we got some questions. We got a question from Sapphire90.
Hell
Sounds like a stripper.
She says it does sound it might be, who knows,
You're welcome.
Also,
here.
we support I support strippers here.
Yeah, we support sex workers for sure.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
dog.
absolutely.
Shout out to the homies who are sex workers.
Hello, 3 horsemen of the apocalypse. My guy friends hate talking to me about my sex life, so here I am to ask my parasocial guy friends. I have had 14 sex partners, and I am pretty fucking fantastic if I do say so myself. However, none of them have ever made. Wait, what the fuck? Why is this spaced out that way? All right, hold on. I'm gonna reread this. I think I copy pasted this all fucked up. Sapphire90 wrote in. She says, "Hello, 3 horsemen of the apocalypse. My guy friends hate talking to me about my sex life, so here I am to ask my parasocial guy friends. I have had 14 partners, and I am pretty fucking fantastic if I do say so myself. However, none of them have ever made me come. I have no idea how to ask a man to take care of me. I worry I'll ruin the moment or take too long or that he'll be pissed. What could a woman say to you that would ruin everything and immediately kill your boner? Even if the woman was your dream girl. Also, Derek, you have the best laugh.
It's just false, but okay.
You.
But you do have a pretty good laugh.
What the fuck? That's not a good laugh. Just fucking nigga. But
what about your fucking bitch ass fucking giggling? You sound like a dumbass Teletubby. What the fuck is that shit? You sound like fucking Michael Jackson and shit.
I sound legendary. That's why I sound legendary.
No, you sound like a dumb piece of shit. That's what you sound like.
I admit my laugh is pretty horrible. When I start cackling, it's terrible.
Sapphire gives me a compliment, and then you have to fucking just trash me immediately. How dare you?
I'm sorry, bro.
Your laugh is so bad, Kingston. Your laugh is so bad, Kingston, that Jared Leto would use it.
No, if Jared Leto used my laugh, it would actually slap. Because my wail, is pretty good.
I'll give you that. No, if you fucking if Jared Leto fucking started giggling like that, I'd fucking respect the fuck out of him. If he started doing that, I'd be like, okay, I don't know what the hell is going on, but this is a great decision.
Because that's instantly way scarier than a man. If a grown ass man giggles, that means they think what you're saying is laughable. That's not funny. It's laughable. That means I'm laughing.
It probably
at
would.
you.
It probably would. It probably would be better. But yeah. So what do we got here? So
something that would
look.
Fuck. Oh, go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say?
No. So what her question was, what would ruin the moment?
Yeah, what would ruin the moment?
I don't know. Girls
I think
in
a lot of
general
things
kinda ruin
would
the moment for me, but if we're saying my partner has to be a female, I would say I don't know, like she showed me her vagina, I'd be like, ew, and I'd run away. I'd be kind of out of there.
Yeah, on point. That's on point.
On point with character. On point.
No, man. Hey, I want to comment on something that she was saying about herself though. With nobody making her come. I feel like because to me the biggest thing is, why the fuck are you not discussing this stuff before? I mean, I think this is, in my opinion, if it's not just one night stand shit, you definitely need to discuss your likes and dislikes and that type of stuff, to where it's completely open, to where you know exactly where to go, what to do. And if in the moment something's not going exactly the way you want it, it's not going to be offensive if you like, if there's a reminder. But if you catch somebody off guard, like if a woman told me something that, like, why we were banging, and then she just out of nowhere said some shit like, oh, like, you're not fucking me right, you know, just simplistic, that would definitely make my dick soft, because I'd be like, oh shit, like,
yeah,
like, because now we got to talk about this.
Now you're
we're
hostage.
not in the moment anymore.
Now you're hostage to a hostile audience.
It's like, Kingston, get your dick out of my urethra. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch? Like, that's where it goes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's where penis goes. The big holes for the baby, the little holes for the pee-pee. Duh.
I think communication is just, like, really important. Like, I would say, like, look, I'm not, like, some fucking, like, I'm not a sex therapist or anything. But, like, I do know that, like, just fucking talk about shit beforehand. I think generally I feel like that's just how things go anyway. But, like, if for some reason that's not happening, then that needs to happen. Because otherwise you're just blindly going through shit. And, like, everybody's different. Like, every human being. Like, even, like, everybody jokes with, like, oh, it's easy for a guy to orgasm or whatever. It's like, even guys are different, you know? Like,
to an extent that, like, your brain is so crucial to those things, because the way that, say, people are stimulated, it can be so vastly different, where
exactly
the nerve endings are on a penis are pretty much the fucking same. But but, like, there's some dudes that do some extreme shit that were just having regular sex is not gonna cut it. I'm not there at all, but
I'm not there yet.
I know dudes.
I'm getting there. I'm getting to the point where, like, I need, like, fucking blowtorches and shit.
I need clowns present.
I need people that look slightly similar to my dad. Not exactly like my dad, but similar enough.
Oh,
for me to be like, to glance over and be like, "The father?" Like,
And then you bust? What do you say?
I don't know, man. It's Freudian shit. Don't worry about it, man. He was right. He was right about some stuff.
Okay.
He was right about some shit.
Okay. All right then, man.
No, but it's for me. It's just simple. It's just simple. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I've got a pretty clean record of making girls or have the big O, and like I feel like all it takes is like just like every girl just like, you never heard like right there or like this is like that's the spot or like you've never heard that during like you can say that during the whole interaction, but maybe they're just doing everything wrong for her, which is kind of like But then
that's why this is why. I don't know. I go back to just like just fucking communicate about it. Like literally just talk and like it's one thing to be like it's one thing to correct somebody in like in a way that's just really obnoxious, and another thing to just like communicate during and just being like, "Oh, hey, like let's try this or whatever." And it's more about guiding, I think, than it is about like being like, "Oh, why aren't you doing this?" or like, why can't you just do this or something? It's like, I don't know. I think people need to be more healthy about the way that they communicate these things to each other, because I think we're just so fucking weird about talking about this stuff in general.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Even to each other, even to the people that we do this with. That it's no wonder people are having such a fucking terrible time.
I feel definitely makes sense.
It's fucking
like lady,
wild.
you gotta fix that. You never having a man give you an orgasm is now. Look at it may be. Because I've dated a woman that she just had a problem herself. It was like a mental thing where, as much as you wanted to try, she just couldn't get there. And on her own, it was kind of difficult as well. And so that's like something that, maybe you'd have to talk to a professional about or even a doctor, who the fuck knows. But barring that, if you can say if you can bust yourself super easily, but a dude can't do shit, like, then that's something that you definitely should probably communicate with the guy. Like, one of my exes, I had to, what do you call it? With the vibrator, stimulate the fucking bean with a vibrator. Bring it in, because otherwise it wasn't enough. And which, I'll be honest, made me feel a little bit inadequate, because I'm like, oh, that's fucked up, because I can't just pipe her and finish her. But that's her experience, to where she would use that stuff so much that it was hard for her to finish without that. And so it was kind of like, fair enough, it's not a huge deal, but it's also, I'm a guy. You always feel better if you can just completely, satisfy her without any extra help.
Yeah.
But that's not always the case.
That's the thing, it's weird. I don't understand. Girls' sexual appetite is so much different from men. And they have like more mechanics down there, because usually some girls are stimulation, some girls are insertion. Yeah, and it's a lot that goes into the female climax. So just
foreplay is super important.
Yeah, foreplay is literally foreplay. I would argue, clean up, dude. That's how you start the fight. You go with foreplay, you get her there, and then afterwards you do your thing.
Yeah, I would almost argue it's like
mandatory,
almost more important than what happens after it. Like, because there are people who just dive right into that shit, and you're just like, you fucked up already. Like, you ruined it. Like, you're not gonna have a good time.
No parties available. Also, it's so dark.
You gotta set the stage, man. You gotta set the stage. You're in the fucking you're in the fucking shadow realm. But yeah, no, I would say just communicate. And as far as like anything that would like just completely ruin the moment, I would echo what Derek said, where I would just be like, dude, if somebody was guiding me or like criticizing me in like a really like obnoxious way in like during like that would ruin it, because it's just like, why you gotta be a fucking weirdo about it?
Yeah,
why can't you just like, because it's easy enough to be like, hey, I like it like this, we should do it like this, and it's like, all right, yeah, it's easy enough to do that and just not be a fucking psycho and just expect that I'm just gonna read people's minds over and over again. But yeah, I hope we help partner number 15. I hope partner number 15 gets you to that place, I guess.
Samesies.
Yeah, don't settle for less. Get that. Make sure the big O happens with 15.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
because the big O happened for me at like 2. A sex-based one was 2, and I was like, oh, this is slightly better. My hand still does the job better, but like my mentality wants me to venture for this more. So
yeah, All right, so this next question
Marge.
comes from Tomboys are a symbol of sincerity, purity of intention, and companionship. They are arguably the highest ideal form of the modern woman. That is his name.
Oh,
That's
okay.
such a
Someone
fucking
really likes
statement.
tomboys.
Hey
Okay,
man,
alright.
he's got to get his words out here, man. And we are your platform, if nothing else.
Hey, you do you, man. You do you.
He says, "Hey, you three people," and he puts that in quotes.
Huh. Oh,
Question:
let's-
Which would you rather have genocided, geese or seagulls? It's a toss-up for me.
Seagulls.
Geese.
Both are filthy assholes and are constantly intrusive. I lean more towards geese because they shit everywhere and are always angry.
Yeah, back
Where-
home we had to deal with
well, we-
geese. Geese suck dick, dog.
Okay, I see.
Geese suck dick.
I'm all goals. I'm on the coast and shit. It's just goals everywhere.
This is tough for me. I don't respect geese. Geese are very angry. Seagulls. The thing with seagulls is that I don't think I've ever been like harassed by a seagull. Seagulls are just dirty.
Seagulls have picked up
You
my
know?
food before when I was on
Goals-
the beach. They've
Goals have
picked
for
up my
sure. They
food and left.
picked off my churro, ate my fucking Funyuns, dude. Fuck them.
Gulls are assholes.
100%.
I think. Yeah, so I think the consensus is both.
Gulls
I
are
think we
aerial
get rid-
niggas, man.
Kill them all.
Yeah, any bird that isn't chicken can quite honestly go fuck itself. Like I have no need for any of these
bird
other.
That is chicken. Holy Lord.
You ever see a baby pigeon? They look like fucking gonzo. Like they're just so disgusting. They're feeble animals. They're not respectable. They're born in skyscrapers like fucking eldritch. Like yeah.
They're born in
can't.
skyscrapers?
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
I have.
No, you haven't.
I have, but like they're born in
No, you
skyscrapers.
haven't.
Yeah, I've seen baby pigeons before.
I don't. I don't believe you.
I've seen young pigeons before, like the littler ones. They're like brown.
Oh, you've seen like vlogging age pigeons, like late teens pigeons, maybe a youthful exuberance in an adult pigeon, probably. But you've never seen a fucking baby pigeon. I swear to you, because you Google a baby pigeon right now, you're going to see something you've never fucking seen.
I
in your
don't know,
life.
man.
I promise you.
Okay, whatever. Let's
Google
see.
it.
Let's see. I'm going there. I'm going there right now.
Yeah, I can't
Google
say
it.
I have. I can't say
It
I have
is-
because I don't have any thought in my head.
Yeah, no, you haven't. They are frightening creatures, and look, man, I'll give a pass. So duck is pretty delicious.
What the
So I'll take duck.
fuck?
Oh, look, that sounds like somebody seeing something they've never seen before.
Why do they? I've never seen that. Why do their beaks shrink so much?
Exactly.
What the fuck? What the flim flam fit fuck is? What the fuck?
They're so ugly. I can't even describe. Like, I'm sorry for audio listeners. I'll put like a picture up for like video listeners, but like you can Google this on your own. Don't do it if you're driving because you will crash. Not because you're not looking at the screen, but because you will be just blinded by this shit.
Why do their beaks shrink so
They-
much?
Yeah,
That's
they're
so
not appealing.
crazy.
I think a more interesting question, Mr. Tomboys are a symbol of sincerity, purity of intention, and companionship. They are arguably the highest ideal form of the modern woman. I think a better question would be what birds would be granted asylum, because so many of them are awful. I would say all the big ones that we eat.
I would say canaries,
chickens.
canaries and doves. Even
What?
though doves are straight up just pigeons, I'm pretty sure actually.
Yeah, what
They're
the fuck
just
does
clean pigeons.
Yeah, they're just pigeons with hygiene. Like what do you mean?
Yeah, that's respectable. If they have hygiene, I respect them.
Let's say you can only save 3 types of bird.
Okay, easy. Parakeets.
What?
They can talk.
Oh my fucking god.
And they understand context slightly, which is kind of weird. Then we got owls. Owls are gold because they're owls. And then we got peacocks. Because peacocks are beautiful.
So just no chicken, no duck, no
I
nothing.
learned to eat those niggas. I learned to eat those guys.
There's a
Yeah,
reason
I'll
we
eat an
don't.
Because there's not enough of them. We got to go and get them. They fly and shit too. You know, they're also harder to capture.
I can't help you. You're also shrouded in darkness still.
Yeah, I like the red.
Did you move your lamp to
because
the
I
other
made
side
the
of the room?
fucking, what you call it? I made the, I put the fucking desk over here now. I'm just going to put it back. I'm just going to put it in the corner over there.
Yeah.
I have a fucking red.
Oh
tint.
yeah, you have the big disc, right?
Sorry about my red tint, guys. I know I look like I look like Lucifer right now, but
dick.
You look like the implication of a person.
I like it. I like that a lot, actually. Like the idea.
Anyway,
silhouette nigga.
Silhouette.
Alex wrote in. He says, "Dear Jekyll Hyde, an unfortunate participant, what is y'all's best advice for getting over a bad breakup?" I've asked this on Patreon before, but I cut my toxic ex off, and I'm gonna try to move on. But the anxiety and depression have fucked me. I have friends and stuff, but I live in a sort of small crap town. Oh, that sucks. And I don't know where to meet women, and even if I just want to get laid, bars, IG. This is getting into
dude. Like, stop it, Sweeny. What the fuck are you doing?
What are you fucking smiling? It's so scary that image.
He looks so fucking. He actually kind of does look like the devil. I think that literally. Yeah. Like, I want to show a Christian you.
Just pouring up my hair.
And on Twitter it's fucking atheism day or atheist day or some bullshit. You see that?
I did see that. I didn't know what that meant though, because like who cares?
Because everybody makes up fake bullshit every day, so it's just one of those things.
It's
so
like
now
one of those stupid fucking food like it's National Ice Cream Day, and it's like
exactly.
Who?
It's the same fucking thing. Now I'm gonna screenshot that shit and then share you for Happy Atheist Day or whatever.
Have fun visiting this nigga when things are over, bitch.
Because them sweet Christians, they think that atheists are.
I would say turn to the devil.
Satanists.
Look at my hair,
that
dude.
Was pretty cool.
Look at the bumps.
Hold on, Sweeny, could you look in the lens and give me like a good devil scowl? All right, keep it up. Perfect. All right, what was so how do you get over an ex? Is that what
a bad breakup? If you're going through a bad breakup, the answer lies as always with the devil, Lucifer, Baphomet,
Beelzebub,
Zariel,
the fallen angel. There's a lot of people you can turn to, you know.
Yeah.
All you got to do is
Nickelback.
look. All you got to do is look, right? But the non-demonic answer is surround yourself with people you love, you know, and just everyone here's been through a bad breakup.
Yeah,
literally. This person kind of has a problem with that though. In a small town, it doesn't really have the support that you could get.
Listen,
so
man,
that's kind of a little difficult.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, it's hard for me to relate in that sense because I've only been through like maybe like. I've been through bad breakups in small towns, but like I think any town in New York is probably like not as.
You're also even surrounded by friends though. That's the thing. Us two, we've always like no matter what happens, we're surrounded by like litanies of friends. So like help us.
That's the thing.
It.
I would say like if you've got friends and they're not helping, I don't know, like I that's hard for me because like all my friends have been around forever. Like I've known my friends for a really, really long time, and I know that like they've helped me like through like all sorts of like really, really stressful shit. And I would say they absolutely like they're the main thing. Yeah. So, but I also do know that generally it can be hard for some people to even talk about that shit with people. Like it took me a long time before I was even remotely comfortable talking to my friends about anything like that. And I remember, like, when I couldn't, it was really infuriating and really, like, depressing. But I would say, like, dude, you've got friends, right? Just talk to them. Like, they're there. They're your friends for a reason. And quite frankly, if they have a problem with helping you out, then they're
not your friends.
You know, they're not your friends.
No, they're not friends. They're just there.
Yeah, they're just around.
But I have somewhat
they're
of
like Homer Simpson and David Dobrik's house. Like they're not really friends. They're just
you know they're both just criminals.
No, like, okay. One thing that I think you could do, because I think of a girl and I had like a pretty big falling out in 2013, and that was really like probably for like 3 months. It was like really difficult for me. Where I even developed anxiety because I never even understood what the fuck that was before, other than just getting nervous before like a big football game or some bullshit, you know? But yeah, my biggest thing was because I remember somebody saying something like, fake it till you make it, and I didn't understand what that meant. And it was kind of a thing where you kind of like forcing yourself to like do enjoyable things, and you'll end up getting to a point where you're actually starting to enjoy yourself. And I started doing things like that, and it actually started working a little bit to the point where I was watching so many comedies and so many good film movies just back to back. Like if I wasn't doing anything that had to do with work, because I didn't really feel like playing video games, but I was just putting on stuff, and I found myself laughing at like really good scenes or like really enjoying. I'd say one of the most therapeutic movies I've ever seen is Life of Pi. I think it came out like the year before that or something or whatever. And it's such a feel-good movie. Like I think I watched it like in that like maybe 2 or 3 times within that span of 3 months, because it really distracted me, and stuff like that. And like I watched like Shawshank, Green Mile, even though those are kind of like sad, but they were also kind of inspirational at the same time. Mm-hmm. It was really just distracting my brain, and it helped. It helped a shit ton. And that's if like, you know, if you don't have the direct line of just friends, you know, coming to your aid, just really distracting yourself with like that kind of stuff really helped me out.
Yeah, I think movies and music are pretty good. Video games, interestingly enough, like I agree with you, where it's like I have a hard time playing video games if I'm like in a really depressed,
Same.
like
I don't have the focus.
Like I pretty much can't do it. Like I think what's good about movies and music is that they're passive and they continue whether or not you want them to or not. Whereas a game kind of like a game demands that you participate, and
exactly.
Whereas like, you know, a movie's going to, if you press play on a movie, it's gonna reach the end regardless of whether or not you're like feeling good or whatever. So in my experience, video games haven't been super helpful in that sense. But like, yeah, movies and like music for me.
I'm very weird when it comes to breakups, because I've had one like really truly harrowing one, like that really fucked with me a lot, and then I have like a few that were like really like I didn't like the way it ended, but like it happened, and I'm like a king of like repressing how I feel. Like I just don't. Because I just don't have time, you know. Like it's the point of being. I've always felt like there's no point of being sad, because being sad is not gonna get me anywhere, which is not particularly the best mentality. But when it comes to me, it's just that you have to understand that everything. These are moments. These are moments in the grand scheme of your life, and one day there will be that person that things just make sense with. It won't be this bullshit. You won't feel this pain every single day. Eventually it will become easier, and it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but it will show up. You know,
the best advice that I got was I can't remember who said it to me, but somebody, like, it might have been a friend, it might have been a family member, I can't remember, but somebody said to me like, oh hey, you know, like think about
not David Dobrik.
It definitely wasn't David Dobrik.
It was not him.
He said, think about something a few years ago that was like the most important and most harrowing thing that you had experienced up to that point, and think about how little that matters today.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, that makes a ton of sense. If you live in a moment and you're going through like a lot of shit, and you just realize like, oh, this is really rough now, but I know just for a fact that in a couple years I'm gonna have some new problem,
I guess,
and this is going to be like significantly like not as important, not as like I translated into a far bleaker translation.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is this?
But I'm saying like, dude, you're not going to be like fucking sad about the same shit for like ever, you know, like, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? To that point though, man, because I think, and maybe this is a little bit extreme, but I believe this. I believe that I think one of the best reasons to tell yourself to get over that ex or breakup or whatever is because I believe the person that you want to like really spend all these years with and really want to be with, maybe even marry or whatever, they shouldn't make you feel like this.
Yeah.
If you feel like, if you're fucking like, I'm talking about you're fucked for like, and you've been feeling like, say how I was down for like 3 months, the biggest thing that also made me think that, like, say for example, if she, let's just say, like, this would never happen, but let's just say in the scenario, she came back and was like, oh, I miss you and all this stuff, and like, I'd be like, nah, because that feeling that you gave me is something that, like, that shouldn't have happened, and I know there's potential for that shit to happen again. You know, like, fuck all that noise. You shouldn't want to pursue somebody or even think about going backwards if they made you feel that way. And there's a reason probably why you split up. It wasn't like just, oh, I'm moving to fucking Mars and, you know, we just gotta go, and like you're just sad because y'all were perfect and you're not gonna be anywhere near each other. It was probably some bullshit, and it's just like, all right, dude, just don't. It's not worth fucking. Just move forward. Go watch Life of Pi, man. I swear, great movie.
Yeah,
Life of Pi.
Everything's a moment, and this may hurt, but things will get better, and you'll look back on it and be like, man, I was really crying over that. Or unless something bad happens and you meet the void a little sooner than you're supposed to, then it's different.
Damn, son.
Go get yourself a squad of vloggers and go hit up some 20-year-olds, get some alcohol. You know, go see if Matt Groening is available, and and just see what happens, man. Just
right.
I think that's the best advice I can give you.
All right.
What?
What?
Stop that. What? You wouldn't do that?
Marge, she's dead.
Marge, she stopped moving halfway through. Oh my god. Homie,
Why did you stop, homie?
Homie, did you finish an unconscious body? I mean, what was I supposed to do?
Marge, it wasn't me. I was told to do it by Mohammed bin Salman.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's pretty deep.
That's a deep cut.
Fucking void.
Dr. Drew's appendix ready to blow on Chris's command wrote in. Says, hello, leads in my homoerotic fan fiction and Hispanic Millhouse. Expanding. There's a lot of Simpsons talk today.
All right.
Yeah, weird. Expanding on last week's question. This is actually probably an old question from an old episode, but so it's not actually last week's question. But he says, "Who would win?" I'm sick of so first of all, I'm sick of this exact scenario. But we'll do it for you, Dr. Drew. 30 Marine trained gorillas.
Okay.
So gorillas trained in guerrilla warfare, like actual guerrilla warfare, not just like the fucking pun.
Okay.
Sure.
Or one elephant with a stomping fetish.
The gorillas.
Oh,
the gorillas.
What the hell? Come on, man.
The gorillas.
What? The elephants win.
No, it's not.
Yes, it.
No, it's
what?
not. That's stupid. That's stupid.
Are you kidding me?
Stupid. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You think
crazy.
30 gorillas can take down an elephant?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I think a fucking one man with a fucking shotgun can take down an elephant. So of course
they can, but it's not. They use rifles to kill elephants because they pierce. Shotgun bullets might not do it.
No, you ever heard of a fucking elephant gun? Is what I mean. Yeah,
I
that's.
I really don't. I really don't think you understand what an ape with the knowledge and understanding of a murderer, a murderer
Chris is
for
being
a
ignorant
country
right now.
Could do.
Chris is being ignorant right now. He's doing this on
elephants
purpose.
are my favorite animals. I love elephants to the moon and back. I think they're fantastic. An elephant will probably stomp on something and then understand it hurt something and apologize.
No, but it has a fetish for it. It loves it. It comes from it.
It comes from it.
But that doesn't mean that it'll be able to actually step on any of the fucking gorillas.
They will absolutely
Elephants are not dexterous at all. Gorillas are somewhat dexterous.
Dude, a gorilla will
they have good dexterity. They have pretty decent dexterity.
Pull the fucking thing's trunk off and then fucking like just
they literally have marine level understanding. That means they're as smart as people.
Except gorillas are elephants are a hive mind. We've been over this.
God.
They have all of the elephant's knowledge. And even if they didn't, by the way, even if we're talking about like a bog standard disconnected gorilla. Not gorilla, elephant.
Disconnected.
Yeah,
disconnected elephant.
Yeah, not.
This is something that can roll around and just win.
No,
like,
it can't.
rolls around and it wins. Yes,
How
it can.
fast do you think elephants are, man?
Elephants aren't slow. They aren't slow. They aren't slow by humans because humans are slow as shit relatively.
No.
Hold on. Let's look. There's a reason why stampedes are dangerous.
Because there's so many of them. You smegmore, you fucking idiot.
Chris, you also said rolling. Like, look at an elephant can't roll at the speed of a dog.
It rolls slow because they got to get their whole little bodies up. You know.
Imagine an elephant just
flipping out
like
that.
You're
probably
Sonic,
thinking of an ape
dude.
flipping around and rolling like that. Apes do that shit well.
No, hold on. Elephant, African bush elephant speed. Top speed is 75 miles an hour.
That is not the fucking
That's pretty
truth.
slow.
Okay.
You just told me
Google
some
it.
fuck shit.
No, that's definitely
An
not
elephant's max
real
speed is like
because
20-something miles per hour, bro. You just told me
elephants are
some
not as
wrong
fa-
shit.
Dude,
No, it's
elephants
not.
aren't
I'm
as
not
fast
even
as cheetahs,
lying
you
right
piece of
now.
shit.
Oh my God,
Hold on.
Chris, you just told me an elephant is faster than a fucking average cheetah, you stupid idiot.
That's true.
It's not true.
They're just very docile, so they don't
Chris,
utilize
this is
their
my favorite
speed.
animal. This is my favorite beast that exists.
It's not a beast.
All right,
It is a
If
beast.
it's
25
your
miles
favorite
an
animal,
hour.
you wouldn't call it a
25
beast.
miles an hour. Wow, that's not
Like 25
bad.
miles per hour, right?
That's like the fastest
Yeah,
human.
it's about max human
That's-
speed.
Yeah.
That's not bad. 75 miles an hour.
75 miles per hour elephants. You understand? You
How
understand?
frightening.
You understand how dangerous
so
they would be? They
frightening.
would die. They'd run that fast and they would die.
Dude, they wouldn't be fucking herbivores anymore. Because when you run that fast, you would get a taste for meat because you know you can kill everything.
Well, no, they would run
they
that
would-
fast and they can't sweat, so they would die. They would run that fast and they would just die, fall over.
For
They-
context,
they would learn to sweat if they were
both
that fucking
Western
fast.
gorillas. For context, both Western gorillas and Eastern gorillas both run at 25 miles an hour as well. So they're both. So this is a fucking elephant that is fast enough to catch up to a gorilla easily.
Yes.
Right. That's a lot
For
of
how
mass. That's a lot of
long?
muscle.
Yeah.
Huh?
Burst.
That
Most
thing
animals can't
cannot
for
run
very
at
long.
25 miles an hour that long.
Indefinitely, because if they all harness the intelligence into one elephant,
Okay.
They don't
all right,
understand
sure.
how to
Okay,
moderate
go
its
ahead.
body's abilities, and it'll be fine
ahead.
running forever.
yeah, it's like if that
Okay.
elephant is running, then every other elephant stops for a second.
It stops. Every elephant stops. There's an elephant on top of a ball that just stops moving, and the ball stays still. It's just on the ball, and it's like, why'd the
Well,
elephant
like at a
freeze like
circus?
that?
Well, I got a circus
Yeah,
in
and it's
Manhattan.
just. I would say the
All right, so
gorillas
tell
get
me
it.
this: who wins? Who wins in this scenario? 30 David Dobriks versus like 100 drunk 20-year-olds. Who wins?
Drunk 20-year-olds. I'm giving it to the Dobriks.
I'm giving it to
You
the
did-
20-year-olds. They're too unpredictable.
That's true. They are
do?
unpredictable by nature. You're a thinker,
Yeah.
Chris. You see, sometimes you're thinking, and sometimes you just want to kick you in your teeth. But right now, you're thinking. Right now you're thinking.
Kick me in the kick in the teeth by Papa Roach.
Oh my god.
Is that a thing? What is that?
It is. It's a terrible song.
I just know cut my life
Two
into
pieces.
pieces.
This is my last resort. Visitation.
Masturbation,
Not breathing.
no
Don't give a-
breathing.
With this red
Yeah.
fucking tint, me singing that song sounds way scarier.
Dude, you look so angsty. It's fucking wild how angsty you are right now.
You know what? Actually, with the red tint, you look an awful lot like Mario Judah. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I think it does. Even my hair's kind of red. It is.
Yeah.
He's lighter than me,
About
but
to
the
call
red
me.
is. I like the red palette matching with my red undertones, making me look very red overall.
I don't think anybody said the N-word today.
I said it
Weird.
twice.
Especially. Oh, you did?
You didn't say it though. That's
I was
rare.
really surprised. I was
'Cause you
like,
usually say it more
wow,
than I
Chris
do.
hasn't said it? Yeah. I don't know. Chris
First-
usually says the most though.
Chris is the
I
most
usually
off
do.
camera.
I cut it out to save the show, but
So he can get
I
paid.
usually say it about. I usually say it about 10 to 35 times an episode. You never hear it though.
If you said N-word that much, I'd be like, bro, I'm okay with you saying it because I know where you're from, but like, maybe you want to chill out. Because if you say it that much, you're
It'll be
just
a-
gonna say it around someone you shouldn't. That's just it's a fact.
I think you would stop being called a socialist and you would just be full blown like a Nazi at this point.
Nazi.
Like if you were like dropping M-bobs on like fucking Twitter or whatever. Like
Oh,
all the
yeah.
people who accuse you of being a socialist would be like, I don't think a socialist would ever do that. Just because how their fucking mind works. So like,
It's very
wait,
bizarre to me because like I've done videos where I've said the N-word. Like there's one where I say it a lot, but it's never like brought up ever in like discussions that are trying to cancel me, like ever. And I know these people have seen it because they've dug further back than that, and it's just confusing.
People to pick and choose context like idiots.
But that's what I'm
They
saying.
probably
That's
think,
what
like,
makes it
oh,
more
would they-
confusing.
maybe they thought they wouldn't win but like, it's too contextual for it to be spun and it would just
Maybe.
backfire.
But that would be wild. That's so incomprehensible to me because so much of that is non-contextual anyway that it
Yeah.
baffles me. The fact that no one thought to do that is just interesting. I think they know that I just wouldn't care.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do it now.
Just cancel me. Just find
The artists are.
I'm a part of. I have a lot to lose as well by canceling you, and I'm still gonna try to do it. Let's see what happens.
There's someone that does not care about their well-being anymore. Is the best. That's the best kind of villain, dude.
Ninja Fox wrote in. He says, "What's up, you lovely boys? This might have been asked before, but I was wondering if any of you have ever." Let me reread this. I'm fucking stuttering. Ninja Fox wrote in. He says, "What's up, you lovely boys? This might have been asked before, but I was wondering if any of you have been ever." What is wrong with me? I fucking hate this.
Have ever been. Go for it.
Are you on the same? You guys want to read this one? I don't know what it is about this one.
I'm holding up the Discord. I can't.
Oh yeah.
I can't. I would read it if I could.
I was wondering if any of you have ever been watching a movie. Okay. All right. Let me just. I don't know why. It's always these like random, like inconsequential ones that I fuck up. Ninja Fox wrote in. He says, "What's up, you lovely boys? This might have been asked before, but I was wondering if any of you have ever been watching a movie or a TV show or even a game where something awesome happened that made you make audible noise. For me, that happened when I was watching Breaking Bad. I remember actually out loud cheering because something satisfying happened. It's very rare that like I'll be watching TV or something and like something genuinely so cool will happen that I have to say something.
I can name like 4 of them recently.
Recently,
yeah.
Really?
When Richter got the fucking flame whip sword, I was like, damn. When Luke scoped up and had the Mandalorian, I was like, I made noise. When Cap lifted a hammer, Endgame.
That was probably the last one that that was probably the first. The Cap lifting the hammer. It was the last time I can remember that even remotely happening.
What else? It's another one. I was watching some YouTube video and a guy beat up a girl. Fucking stood up, fucking standing ovation. And and that's about it.
I think David Dobrik's apology made me go like, "Whoa,
woo, woo!" He didn't mean it.
I think the only time I do stuff like that is when I'm watching like really good martial art flicks. Like there was like probably like The Raid or The Raid 2. Or there's one on Netflix with some of the same people involved called The Night Comes For Us. And that movie's fucking wild. That movie's wild. I hope, if it's still on Netflix, because it's been probably like a year or more since I've seen it, but
The Night Comes In Us?
It has a lot of those. The Night Comes For Us. I think it's called that.
I might watch that.
That movie is the shit, dude. It had a lot of moments where I was just like, "Oh fuck," you know.
There's an Asian martial arts film. I can't remember exactly where it's from. Called The Protector.
That's Thai, I think. I think the picture's Thai.
The Protector.
There's a scene in that movie where the main character breaks a bunch of people's bones in a fucking dark room, and it's at the end. I remember being like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?" I remember cheering audibly and being like, "Yo, this is fucking insane." He's just like actively breaking people's backs. I think is actually like
the elephant scene is the most wild scene in that movie for me. I was like, "That's an elephant, bro."
Wait, what was the elephant scene?
He threw the elephant.
That's right.
He threw an elephant.
Here's the thing. They on the Protector. Because it was actually, I think it was like produced by or like recut by Quentin Tarantino or some shit. And they had the original version, Tom Yong-goong, which showed much more in depth of the strong man tossing the elephant, which is the most ridiculous thing. When I saw The Protector in theaters, I was really pissed off because it didn't really show how fucking stupid that scene really is. And because it's really stupid. It's one of those ones where you just laugh so hard because of the idea of, I'm like, all right, come on, man. Like,
yeah,
he yoked that elephant up.
I get you're strong, but come on, man.
I love that movie though because it's genuinely really cool. Like the choreography of it, it's crazy sometimes, but also it's like The Naked Gun, but it's not trying to be. Like, it's hilarious. So many aspects of that movie are funny, and I know it's not on purpose. Like him tossing an elephant, and just the very premise of him being just in a room and he's gonna be like, my one goal is to break every back in this room.
Dude, I love that movie. That movie's such a good watch. Everybody, if you haven't watched that movie, please watch it.
There's also that one shot track.
Yeah, the one shot upstairs.
Club, right?
That shit's fucking wild, dude.
Up the stairs.
That shit's wild. He's going upstairs to the main. Yeah,
and he's just fucking people, dog. Such a good show. movie.
It's
Sorry.
Tony Jaa was like, he was the one that set the bar for a while, but then like these dudes in Indonesia or whatever, like with the Raid Redemption and all that, they are the new standard. They're fucking insane. Like they even brought a couple of them into John Wick 3.
John Wick 3 had some good fight scenes, dude.
Yeah, like at the end, those two like really tiny Indonesian dudes, like that they were from like the Raid and all that stuff, because they were like, see, and that's why I like Keanu Reeves. He recognized like these guys are the shit. I need them in my American fucking martial arts flick. Because usually the choreography and like a lot of American films are like shit. They're not that good, and you only get like small glimpses. Like I like that scene with my future husband Henry Cavill, where he's in Mission Impossible, where he's in that bathroom scene. If you
when he loads his fists.
Yeah,
when he's like clack clack, and when he does that too, if you look close at his beard, when he loads his fist, his beard pops on. Like he grows it like just by like a few millimeters. It's lighting, but it's just, you have to look at it again.
Hilarious that in that scene he does that and he gets fucked up that whole scene. Henry Cavill gets fucked up that entire fight.
I love that scene. Yeah, that fucking Asian dude kicks the shit out of them. It's a great scene.
He kicks him so hard he breaks the computer, doesn't he? Doesn't he break a computer with a kick and he's like, fuck, we can't do it now. Then they just have to regularly capture. That movie's great, dude. Please watch that new Mission Impossible. That movie goes bananas.
Well, just watch the bathroom scene. Go watch the bathroom fight scene, just because that's like my favorite part of the fucking movie.
Oh my god,
it's really good.
But those guys from the Raid, they just know how to
do it. They know what they're doing.
They know how to knock people out like really, really effectively. Not as much as David Dobrik's friends do, but like
holy shit, bro! You somehow backslid to that. I respect that.
That's fantastic.
You were like,
that's why you get paid the big bucks, man.
We have 3 more questions. I think we could probably get through these.
Let me see how much time we're at time wise.
We got like 5 more minutes. We could probably lightning round. We could probably lightning round these. Crisley Bear wrote in. He says, question: if you had a 6-inch clone of Hitler, would you torture him?
Yes.
I wouldn't.
Yes. Well, no, the clone is not him technically. Is it clone? Yeah. Is it a clone of him right before he died, or is it a clone of him like at what period of time is it a clone of him?
I mean, neither one would matter, though, would it?
It would, though, because then it would hold those same ideals as him.
Yeah, does he still have the motivation to commit genocide?
I mean,
yeah, those things matter, you know. Because Hitler was an infant, and then at the end of his life, he was the age he was. He killed himself. That's a whole long period of time.
I feel like the safest assumption is that it's a clone of him after, like, basically, like picking up from when he died.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get hot water and I'm gonna pour it on it slowly. I'm gonna put it in like a big gulp cup, but I'm get a metal one and I'm gonna crucify it, and then I'm gonna pour hot water on it slowly so it burns his legs upward.
I would actually keep him in like a fish tank or something, and I would like. You know what I would do? I would come home every day and I would pretend to be his friend, and I would pretend to be like out there doing, like making progress on his final solution, but like I would just like not do anything and just give him all this false hope and be like, oh man, like progress is happening. And then like one day I would just like when I got bored, I would just be like, hey, by the way, I haven't been doing jack shit.
I've been lying.
Just like I wouldn't want to torture him in like an obvious way. Like I feel like I would want to like lead him on and like kind of break his spirit eventually.
Yeah.
That would be the route that I would take.
I like it. I
would soak him.
You just soak him. You just make him damp a little bit.
I would soak him till his fucking blood, his blood cells absorb too much fucking water and they burst. Is
that what happens?
Yeah, if you ingest too much water, your blood cells eventually burst. But that's a lot of water.
But that's if you ingest.
I think if you soak him enough, his body will get like loose. It'll get all loose and lose malleability if you soak someone enough.
If anybody listening to this has like any degree of expertise in this, I'm very curious about this. How long could you keep a person half submerged in water before something really went awry?
Because think of how much you prune when you're in water for too long, you know?
That's what I'm saying. It's like pruning is something, but like, is that really
I'm
detrimental?
sure people have absolutely done these experiments. So
yeah, this world's full of monsters. The raging bull is a real thing, you know? Like, people have done this, definitely.
That is true, yeah. No, what is it? Is it the Raging
the
Bull or
brass
the
bull.
the brass bull? Yeah, fucked up.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing that Europeans made, bro. Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Europeans
Niggas are fucking maniacs, bro.
They went to the point where like, oh, we made a lot of great innovations, and then they got bored, and they're like, let's just kill people in really cool ways.
They made innovations, and they also all the diseases for the most part showed up there first, and they were just like, let's just go everywhere and show everybody what we made, what we done did.
We made a bull that screams and kills people as it boils them to death. That's just a real thing like, I remember I read that and I thought, oh, that's a really cool supervillain thing that, like, probably, like, existed in, like, some like Macbeth or some fucking nonsense.
No.
But it's just a real.
It existed in
like a real object.
It existed in McLondon. That's where it existed in.
Femboy Hooters waiter wrote in. He says, "Hey there, school shooter Daniel and the cooler Daniel." I don't know what either
Daniel
that
Craig.
means.
What is that? Who's Daniel?
Daniel Craig, I think from what you call it, from GTA.
What it's 007?
That's GTA. No, that's Franklin. I don't know who Daniel is then.
Wait, who's Daniel? Daniel Craig is Bond, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he black?
But who? I don't.
No,
Daniel not
Craig?
at all.
Is he the first?
Like
He's the first Bond, right?
No, he was the latest one. He was the last one before
Quantum of Solace Bond.
Oh, he's the current Bond.
Is that
Isn't
his name?
Sky Daniel Craig? Yeah.
Skyfall.
Yeah, Skyfall. Wasn't that movie good? I didn't see it though.
Good.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Did he hit women too, or was that the first one?
No, that was
That's
awesome.
Connery. That's Connery is the goat.
The Connery, the Scottish god.
The goat.
Yeah, he was pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes when they get a little uppity, you gotta fucking gotta put them back in place. Five across the eyes. Totally understand.
Oh my god, that was such.
I hit my woman while I was filming The Rock.
That was such a good
was
fucking
pretty
movie
good.
interview. He just admitted.
I
to
love
it.
that movie.
And I was like, he just admitted to hitting women. I love it.
Whoa, what is this, a Vlog Squad video? Femboy Hooters waiter wrote in with a question. He says, "As you can guess from my name, I'm an individual who enjoys." Wait, what?
No. I'm listening. I said, "Oh."
Oh, okay. I fucked that up then. As you can guess from my name, I'm an individual who both enjoys some good pussy.
All right.
What the fuck?
Hey, we all like some pussy, man.
I gotta fix people's syntax and grammar. It's all fucked.
Well, was bussy?
No, it's just like
bussy?
it's got a it's he says both bussy and then there's a period. So I thought it was over, but then it was just like that didn't make sense. All right, I fixed it. Jesus Christ. Femboy Hooters waiter wrote in. He says, "Hey there, school shooter Daniel and the cooler Daniel. As you can guess from my name, I'm an individual who both enjoys some good pussy and am very open-minded. I was wondering what each of your takes and thoughts were on the super straight business going on."
Extraordinarily disrespectful. This is Kingston. This is Kingston. This is extraordinarily disrespectful. That's
Wait, the straight. I don't understand. What's? Oh,
did you not hear about the super straight stuff?
No, what the hell is that?
So basically, oh man, I might butcher this explanation.
Do you know it? Do you know
it? Might
it?
be better for the show. Do you know it for certain?
I know what it is.
Okay, then you do.
So what happens is that, in contrary to people being called transphobic and homophobic due to people not being particularly attracted to those people who are born one sex and beside the transition, a bunch of dumbasses were like, well, you see, if you're going to do that, if you're going to identify as this, you're going to be a person, I'm going to insensitively identify myself as super straight.
Yeah.
I never heard this.
Yeah,
I missed the wave.
It wasn't really
wasn't that big of a deal. It was just rude.
Yeah, it was just some TikTok thing that went viral. But like basically, it's like straight people will sleep with women whether they're trans or not, and a super straight person only wants to be with biological women. Which was like, and that's what super straight means. But I feel like, we're getting into territory here, and this is exactly why I was concerned when all of this identity-focused politics shit started cropping up on the internet. Was I feel like we really could. I feel like we were almost at the cusp of being at a point where nobody cared.
Yeah.
About like whether or not like what your sexual orientation was, and then the internet kind of happened, and then people realized that they could get like points for being a certain thing, or like feel like they belonged by being in a certain group that identified as a certain way. And now we've got like all this bullshit that people are trying to like foist upon themselves and other people, and I feel like we're at a point now where it's just reached critical mass, and just like everybody's just so focused on what they are instead of just like letting people just do whatever the fuck they want to do. I really hate this shit.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, I totally miss that. It's stupid, completely unnecessary. Who gives a shit? Like who you're banging or what? It's such a weird thing. And I do feel like, while I do understand, say for example, like the why, because I was confused about like people who weren't trans putting pronouns in their bios. So for what I understand is for solidarity, but it also just seemed to bring up the whole conversation again with all these like the super straight people. So they started putting like I forgot what it was, but the last time I saw the Quarterings Twitter, there was like a joke. I forgot what it is, but making a mockery of it, and I was like, oh, here we go again. Like, we can't just like live and let live. I have to be like it was like the attack helicopter. It was like that where it was something like that where I gotta make a mockery of it instead of just who fucking cares? Like, just if somebody wants to look at first, like I said, I was confused at first. So I was like, why are people that are that clearly you know who they are doing it? But then it's like, oh, solidarity. I was like, okay,
fine. And then that's as simple as it is. That's it.
I simply stopped giving a shit after that, and then that it brought up another wave of like these super straight types, and I was like, oh, that's fantastic.
It's one is disrespectful. 2 is just unnecessary, and then 3, you don't have to broadcast your sexuality and masculinity, dude. Like, you don't have to. What happens is, for the most part, what happens is that you probably address somebody in a way that they don't particularly like, you know, in the real world, not on the internet, in the internetscape where people don't interact with real people. In the real world, you'd be like, oh, because it happened to me. I was playing D&D somewhere, and then I said she. They were like, it's him. They pointed to the tag. It said he/him, and I was like, I'm very sorry. He. That was it. It never happened again. I was like, I'm gonna be conscious enough to be like, hey, I'm gonna refer to you as however you'd like me to, because that's just being respectful. Ended there.
Yeah.
That's all. It doesn't need more conversation than that. Just be respectful. People ask you to do something, by all means. I got you. There you go.
Yeah. I'm still at a point where like the Neo stuff, like I just can't get behind like G or like Z or fucking like
the extra like made up stuff.
Yeah,
the newer made up stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing that makes it sound like you're a fucking Skrull.
So
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Chris. Though the odds of you really encountering
real,
somebody,
that's what I was about to say. It's like it's such a minority of people that like I've never actually even seen it in the wild without it being like broadcasted to my attention by people who were just clowning on it.
That group exists. That group exists, but it's not like a group you're gonna really come in contact with.
And
then even if you do,
I wonder.
But even if it's, but that's the thing. It's like it's not something that like I care about. It's just more like something like, oh, that to me just seems kind of annoying. But I also just wouldn't really care that much about it. I think.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just like I don't know. I just wish we were at a point where we just didn't give a shit, because like we have a lot of conversations on this podcast that are like, oh, is it gay to do this? Whenever that's really just kind of joking. Like we don't like it's not about like, oh, it's bad to be gay. Like that's kind of the thing. It's where it's like people who ask, is it gay to do whatever? It's it's such an old school kind of like fourth grade kind of conversation to have, because it's like the generic kind of assumption being had by like I feel like a lot of like social justice types when they hear a conversation like that is like, oh, it's bad to be gay. But I feel like the way that we approach it is just like, oh, it's just out of like just a curiosity, out of a lens, like how would that be viewed? But nobody cares what any of this is. It's just people just hanging out and doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And I just wish we were at a point where we just didn't care.
You see, we would be at a point where we didn't care, but what happens is that the discourse between the groups of people caring is what gets those clicks, Chris, you know?
I know that's the thing that bothers me though. I
That's
feel
the
like
thing.
I feel like the internet really fucked us up in that.
The internet has fucked us up,
really,
so dude. The internet. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stand on this hill till I die. The amount of shit that I know, like people that like really like the internet, people that are really on it. I have not met a single person that is a very internet-based person. Like I'm not like somebody that's a content creator, but like a person that's like a very involved person that is not fucking somehow frazzled. Like one of my good friends is a very internet person, and they go on, and the amount they can possibly care about content creators blows my mind. Because I don't give a fuck about most of those people, dog. Even the ones I love, it's like to a certain degree that I'm like, all right, you know, you and Derek are my friends, you know. Then there's like people like Emmett and like people I've connected with, like Mick. Those are people that are like, oh, these are my friends. I care about them genuinely. But like, there's people like Comics Explained, who's like my favorite creator. But like, there's a line where I'm like, all right, that guy's his own person outside of this. I do appreciate what his content creates, but like, I'm never gonna like really my heart and soul care about him. Like in my person.
Yeah, there's no parasocial shit. Like totally. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're not gonna rape him and then vlog it.
I'm not gonna buy him alcohol, rape him, vlog it, then make money off it, then find out it made money, then the person was uncomfortable, then fucking not care about it. Could you imagine?
I hope David's a fan of the Snark Tank.
You know what's the most fucked thing? What fucks me up the most, guys? Like what fucks me to my fucking jimmies? What fucks my jimmies off my pants is that he had friends that were like, "This is funny, ha 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 ha. This is funny." If you did that, I would fuck you up, dude. I would fight you.
No,
I'd be like, dude, what the? And I know you would do the same to me. You'd probably just attack me while I'm sleeping because that is evil.
My friends wouldn't be my friends anymore. My friends wouldn't be my friends anymore. They'd be like, I'm not fucking with this dude anymore. Like, and I'd be like, fuck, I understand. I fucked up drastically.
I'd have to approach him. I'd be like, yo,
imagine, no, but like, genuinely imagine the kind of person who would be in a situation like that, and you would say something and then be like, dude, stop being such an SJW about it.
What?
Like, imagine that person exists, because they probably do.
Dude, stop being fucking weird about this.
Crowder
man.
And whoever watches him. That's that. It's them.
The fact that Steven Crowder hasn't been assaulted yet is mind blowing.
I mean, he has.
He's been punched one time, actually.
Because if I saw him, I'd be like, yo, jackpot. I would get giddy. I'd start dancing. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm going to get him. Oh my God, I can't wait.
Look, did you, look, before we move on, just real quick, did you see that fucking clip of him? That racist rant about black farmers?
Bro, the most ignorant shit I ever heard in my life, bro.
That I was, look at the clip that went viral on Twitter, said like I was even shocked by, and I was like, this is way beyond what I thought anybody would do on a fucking show with millions of subscribers. It's like fucking David Dobrik. It's like, what are you doing?
It really is.
It's
like
so
I
unbelievable,
I remember reading that headline, and this just, by the way, goes to show you how like overblown the shit used to be. Because like I would read headlines like that all the time and be like, and I would click on shit and it'd be like, this is so fucking, I can't believe anybody cares about this. But then I saw this thing and I was prepped for that exact response, and then I heard it and I was like, yo, what the fuck? I don't even think like people's grandparents like would do this.
It was so distasteful, bro. Like, even I've said things that have ushered me closer and closer to the inevitability of death. But like, you see, and what makes it different is that people say context doesn't matter. Bro, context matters. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Context is like the
most important thing.
But
the internet kind of gets lost, dude. I say fuck shit all the time. I say shit about fucking flogging babies and setting fires to fucking Capitol buildings, all shit like that. But that's not my belief. That is what he believes.
We know you're fucking around.
That is what Steven Crowder believes. That is
Steven Crowder is the type of guy that tries to downplay the AIDS epidemic. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, that's the craziest shit I've ever heard of.
This man said there's no systemic oppression of people of color. He said that. That was words that left his mouth. A Canadian said that in America, bro.
The thing to me that's really bizarre about that whole bit was that Yeah, it was like I love edgy humor and I love edgy jokes and I love saying like controversial shit for the sake of just like seeing people respond to it. But at the same time, like I remember hearing it and being like, not only is this just beyond what I would do, and not only is this like just generally in bad taste, which is fine, by the way. It's just also very dated. Like it felt racist in like a
70s
like a
kind of
1995 way. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Hennessy.
And the like, Hennessy tree and stuff.
Hennessy's
yeah,
still
definitely,
so Hennessy's still definitely a black people drink, but at the same time, it's just like it's stupid.
It's like in context, if he was talking about some dirty nigga that did something really fucked up, like then I would be like, okay, you're going hard in the paint on this specific black dude that did something and you're being really fucked up, but it's open season on this person. They're talking about these just black farmers that didn't do anything wrong or deserve any type of scrutiny.
This man clearly...
they're literally just existing, and it's, you know, the thing, people, I'll say this, right? There are people who will be like, accents are, like, just doing accents crosses the line. I disagree fucking entirely.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like, if you are impersonating like a specific like if you were like if JB Smoove, you know, was like did some stupid shit and you just like did a JB Smoove voice, I don't think that's racist, you know. But the fact that he was just doing this like generic like weird inflection for these like black farmers who like I would probably bet don't sound anything like that.
They do not sound like that.
Like, dude, I just not only did he just say fuck shit, he was wrong, dude. You know how many black farmers are in the Midwest and the southern parts of America, dog? There are so many fucking black farmers. And he was like, where did you find all these black farmers?
There are so many black farmers. There are actually so many black farmers that I know too. And statistically, that is wild.
It's so...
Like, there's no reason why I should. There's no reason why I should know any farmers, quite frankly. But for some reason, I do. Like, I know two African-Americans who own fucking farmland and who do this shit. So it's like the second, like, the very premise of his thing was like, oh, like, they somehow found black farmers. I'm like, what do you mean?
They exist.
There's not... Like, what are you stupid?
There's like a lot of Asian farmers too. Like, does he know what farming is?
He doesn't. I think he's
Obviously
Canadian, bro. That's what bothers me so much. He's a fucking Canadian man having so much to say about fucking American things. And it's like, bro, you grew up in Canada, you dumb bitch. Go milk a moose, you fucking idiot. Like, get out of here.
That's a great way to. That's a great place to end. We're also go milk a moose.
Go milk a moose.
All right,
let's clash this out. I gotta get my food's on its way. I didn't think you'd be going this long and my food's on the way.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. But I think we had a pretty good episode here. But you know, if you were fans of David Dobrik and have a little bit of extra money to throw our way, maybe consider going over to patreon.com/Snark Tank, where $1 a month gets you early access to every episode and access to bonus solo shows, by the way, of which one is up now and another one featuring Derek will be up very shortly.
Mine will be done soon. Mine's going to be the heat, so I want y'all to be ready for that.
Yeah.
It's going to be, make sure you stick around for this.
Mine's going to be the heat, dog. It's going to be a game breaker. It's either going to be something that's going to change the channel or... Patreon's gonna be like, I'm sorry, you guys can no longer post your content on here.
It's just
too racially charged.
Oh my god, we just get Sargoned off the fucking platform. $5 gets your question read on the show. $10 gets you access to our Discord server. That is one payment of $10 and you're in for good. And $25 gets your name dyslexically read at the end of every single, and I mean every single, episode that we publish here. So
I'll be counting you down. Ready?
Just count me down.
3, 2, 1.
Sammy and his big titty fishy, Charlotte Jarday, Drunken Dullahan, Pre-Roz, a tiny Asian man, I know where you live, Brandon, Cum Man, the man of cum, Blake 896, Pinyap Vivo, the epic Oshawott, Silly Putty Eater. In the name of this is one of these long ones. In the name of the dyslexic wombat, the big peen, and the holy sween. OG Two-Tone, Crenshaw Mafia Blood, Ace Man, Fucking Kill Me. 1 subscription to Dr. Purple on YouTube a day keeps the demons from trying to touch me away.
Whoa,
Jesus Christ.
Shit, that's heavy.
All right.
That's a huge
That's a
huge
macro.
amount.
That's a macro statement.
That's a macro statement, if I've ever heard one. Hey, I'm Grump, and I'm not so Grump, and do you have any underage fans?
Fuck! Continue, quick. Let's not harping on it. Let's go.
I forgot about that
Let's-
shit. But
So
that shit was false though. That shit was false.
Well, yeah. That's we didn't talk about the Game Grump stuff because it's still kind of up in the air as to like what's true and what's false. So we're gonna wait for the dust to settle before we even talk about any
I
of that.
thought the person on Reddit admitted it was false.
Look.
Did they?
Let's not dig into it. All right, we're at the end of the show. Let's just get through the questions. We'll talk about that next week if anything happens. All right.
Okay.
If anything
All right.
happens, yeah.
Okay, let's go.
What the
Holman
fuck is
Brown,
this,
98.
Derek?
All right, keep going.
Oh my god, you look so fucking scary, dude.
You look like an out of focus character in a horror. You look like somebody behind a main character in a horror movie.
Oh my god. Okay. Holman Brown, 98. Diego Andres Hernandez. I don't know why that name trips me up. I've seen that name like a million times. Hey boss, can you follow me on Twitter, please? Ryan Lucchesi. My dog's name is Big Government, and Big Government is hungry for minority.
Whoa.
Sloshy
What the
Scout.
fuck?
God damn, Sloshy. Well, at least they named the dog Government, like we suggested.
That's right.
Sloshy Scout, Atrasoni, Hideo Kojima screaming the N-word at the top of his lungs while promoting his next video game, 2,
Good man.
the correct grammar edition.
Oh my god.
Quivering Cloaca, Tom Sweeny, the atrocious alien fucker. Please check out my podcast called How Did We Get Here every Thursday. Leroy Jenkins, Kingston Kicking Kids.
Hit.
Help, I was walking outside with my pants down and tripped into some pussy, but now my girlfriend won't talk to me. Tomboys are a symbol of sincerity, purity, of intention, and companionship. They are arguably the highest ideal form of the modern woman. Hard hat skydiver. Steven Crowder's dress that he doesn't let his wife wear. Chris has a high voice for a lesbian. Absolute wagon. Lord Gavin. Dr. Drew's appendix ready to blow on Chris's command. Yabba dabba domestic abuse. I was cock-blocked by a turtle. Alaskan oil field trash. Lieutenant Lipton's famous teabag facials. Lovecraftian cumsock. Not an FBI agent. Juan Punchman. Marcus Shorten. Mr. Fuck. Jim Crow's daddy issues. Abusi. Chris promised to drop Tom's nudes at 10K.
Hell, let's do it.
Papa Nurgle. Sargon getting slurped by Solid Snake.
Nice.
Did we talk about that?
What?
Did we talk about that?
I don't know.
Did Sargon,
Like Sargon
get
and Solid
slurped?
Snake?
No,
did
we
we
never
talk
talked about that.
Okay.
You said, did we ever talk about that as if it was like a subject that occurred?
Yeah, that's why I was confused a little bit too.
Oh.
Derek, I can't tell what the
fuck.
fuck's in your hand. What's in your hand looks like a part of it's invisible. It looks like a Raymond fixture. Looks like something from Raymond Origins.
Man,
I
just
fucking
leave me
can't.
alone. Leave me alone. I got cock in my hand.
I got fucking cock cans.
Danny DeVito's perfectly preserved penis. Small peen sween machine. Murder ascended. David Connolly, the dyslexic that feels Chris's pain. I lost my boss's cat, and people are giving me weird looks as I call out its name. The year is 1900, and I work for H.P. Lovecraft. Lobotomized Jesus is my drooling divine savior. That was pretty good. Heiko, Moto Zealot. Hey, you, you're fine.
That's such a good
finally
fucking
awake.
thing,
You
dude.
gotta do it with the accent.
Hey, you. Wait, how does it?
Hey, you. You're finally awake.
You gotta sound like
Finally
PewDiePie.
Oh my god.
It's not like PewDiePie and you're fine.
Hey, you. You're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush. Same as us. God fucking damn it. Hiroshima Spicy Mushroom. Wintu Watsu. The
Harry, Chris, I
These
gotta
people
pick up
are
my
gonna get me
food. They're
canceled.
here.
They're going to cancel me. You could leave.
I have to
Just
stop
go
the
get your food.
recording.
It's all I have. I'm still reading.
Tell
So you
them, just
could-
tell
you
them to
could
come
just
into your
go
house
get your
and
food.
deliver it directly into your house.
I'm not gonna do that.
Just go get the food. Chances are I'll still
Hello.
be fucking reading this shit by the time you get
Yeah.
back. Wintu Watsu, the African
I'll
little
close the door. In the
boosie,
building, or are you
killed
by
the
parking
cockroach
lot?
and take that
Gotcha. I'll be
pussy.
right down. Thank you.
So there I go. I'm canceled. There I
It's
go.
all
You've
good.
just ruined me. Derek's unyielding sex drive, dummy thick Dave, heartless wretch, aka the the ebony goblin from the dump of New York City.
Yep.
Uncle Tony's Pizzeria and Abortion Clinic, where today's loss is tomorrow's sauce. Dan Schneider, the Hyman Divider. Jackson Absage, Badly Brave. Jolly Old Dipshit. Hugger Derek, the movie theater assistant manager. Ethereum Mrs. Butthurt McWamacon. Chris Gape, my Pergerian hunting ass. Deflated left ass cheek. All hands on dick. Arrow, Sunny Chance. Derek, you should listen to Dallas Beltway by Chat Pile. It's a good song. I don't know what that is.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. It's a suggestion. That
Dallas, what?
The will has been rewritten entirely so that Chris goes to their new son. What the fuck are you guys writing to me? The will has been rewritten entirely so that everything goes to their new son, Chris R. Gunn. Adoption papers are in the mail. Richter 86, and as always, rounding off our list, our ever-expanding list, by the way.
Yeah, growth.
King of Haphazard. We got a bunch of new faces.
Holy shit,
in
yeah,
this
we
list.
did, man.
Welcome.
I wonder what made them come.
Me.
Damn it! I thought the same shit. Damn it!
Thank you guys.
Too slow.
We're going long.
Fuck you, little bitch.